From Champaign, Illinois, this is the Jumping the Rail podcast with your hosts Mark Redmond and Mike Nargelinas. All right, welcome to episode 22 of the Jumping the Rail podcast, coming to you live from Champaign, Illinois. This is Mark Redmond, and I am joined by my tag team partner, who's still reeling from what he was subjected to this past Sunday night, my buddy Mike Nargelinas. Narge, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you, buddy?
Oh, can't complain. We have a guest with us in studio. We have our 01 USA insider with us. Minderz, how's it going?
It's going well. How's it going with you guys?
Oh, not too bad. It was a very eventful weekend of pro wrestling, so we got plenty to talk about. And well, first off, I want to ask everybody if they had a very nice Memorial Day weekend.
I enjoyed my time in the sun a little too much.
Right. I can see you look like a turnip.
Yeah, I'm a little red today.
He turned it up.
So. We were supposed to have a guest with us today. 01 USA's Camaro Jackson was set to call in with us. Due to unforeseen circumstances, he will not be joining us today, but he will be with us.
We do have Terramana, though.
We do have Terramana.
It's important.
Yes.
Thank you, Minderz.
You're welcome.
Minderz followed the rules, and she came in to sit with us in studio and brought the Terramana with her. But, again, Camaro will be joining us on the 28th of June in 2 episodes. But I'm going to announce today we have a guest for the next episode, which is another star from 01 USA, which is Rain Victoria, who we talked to this weekend, and she's interested in coming on, so she's going to join us in 2 weeks.
Rain?
Yeah, our first female wrestler to join us on the show, Narge.
Does the rain have any really cool meaning behind it?
We'll find out with the...
Is it Rain, R-E-I-G-N, or R-A-I-N, or R-A-I-N-E?
R-A-Y-N-E?
Yeah, I mean...
R-A-H-N-E, I believe it is.
What is it?
R-A-H-N-E, from what I saw.
Oh. It's more like the German word Ron. But okay.
That's good, though.
Sure. This is so good. You got to have one sip. It's not your favorite, but you got to have one. It's part of this.
Peer pressure on the podcast.
Terramana Tuesday.
It's the people's tequila.
Yeah, you only have to have a taste. You don't have to like.
Hopefully, someday
we know you're not Kyle Reed sitting here drinking half the bottle while nobody's looking.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry, Kyle. Did you hear
Dwayne.
that? Dwayne.
I was going to say Dwayne was helping himself for sure.
I see Keith Gibson's in the chat.
Hello, Mr. Gibson.
Says I've missed you. You haven't been that long since I've seen us, Keith. But
Keith is a employed gentleman now, much like myself. So
yeah,
he's busier these days.
Yeah, proud member of the Dinger Bats family. Congratulations to Keith on that. Maybe you can get Kyler some new lumber to swing at the ball games out.
To get him something for sure. Yeah, Keith's got all the hardware. I just saw a picture on LinkedIn before I got on here. It looked like he was throwing some merch this weekend. So
nice.
Hey Keith, the normal Zoom is open if you want to call in today, because we always appreciate your input. Howdy, Dwayne. We see you. Guess what? You were not first in today. You lost by a minute.
Oh, Dwayne. Dropping the ball, Dwayne. So, I mean my wife and I went to Mattoon on Saturday for 01 USA, and I forget the name of the building that it's in, but...
At the Burgess Auditorium?
Yeah, that's it. But they did their Lethal Lottery show, which was a little different than most Lethal Lottery. Usually Lethal Lottery builds to something like a tag team tournament into a battle royal like WCW did. This was kind of random how they did it. The wrestlers that were there, I think, did a good job.
They did do a good job.
And Minderz, you were there.
I was.
I saw you there. You're wearing your Jumping the Rail T-shirt.
I was.
Always got to represent. So that was my first experience with 01. And like I said, I wish I could have been there for both nights. It was a double shot. They had a show Sunday, but I liked what I saw on Saturday. I will be going back hopefully on June 25th for the next show.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
It should be a good show.
So Minderz, what were your thoughts? I mean, first, the main elephant in the room was Camaro Jackson, the aforementioned, had a hell of a schedule ahead of him that day.
He sure did.
He wrestled in St. Louis and then was gonna hoof it back to Mattoon for the main event with Jake Lander for the title. Apparently, he actually did suffer an ankle injury in St. Louis, which kind of took him out of commission.
That took him out for the night, so we didn't get that main event.
Right. Which is hopefully they can just
Hopefully
put a
it
little more
happens
time
the
into that.
25th, but we'll
Yeah.
see.
Right. Because that's a matchup, as I understand, everybody's been waiting for. Is
Yes.
Camaro and
Hang
Lander.
on a minute. Jonathan Mayer is saying that audio is choppy. Anybody else hearing it that way? Or is it hearing okay to you? We haven't made any changes that would affect it, but we need to know. Just go ahead now.
Okay.
Just make
I
sure
was
everybody
saying, so
knows.
we all get quiet.
Yeah.
so
I'm
nobody
just.
can tell
I'll wait
if
till
it
somebody else
changed or not.
responds back. It's a little bit of a delay.
All right. So I wasn't there on Sunday. So, Minderz, I want to kind of get your thoughts on this past Sunday's show.
Sunday was a good show.
Okay.
Sunday was a very good show. We had Victor Analog versus Merrick Kincaid.
Okay.
Which Victor went over. It was an okay match. I mean, it was their typical match.
Before you jump in, I want to say something my wife told me is she thought she might be the only person that was in the crowd Saturday that knew the words to his theme song.
She wasn't the only one. I was there.
Okay, so Victor comes out to "Video Killed the Radio Star" by the Buggles.
Yes.
And Stacy was singing along and
First video on MTV.
That's right.
Yep.
And she thought she was the only one singing along, but she might have been. But yeah, so.
She might have been the only one singing along, but there's a lot of us, in other words.
It's just you, Jonathan.
All right, please continue, Minderz.
Okay. I think this is one you wanted to see that you didn't get to. And that was Holly Cromwell versus Big Al.
Oh, I'm a fan of Big Al.
I am
Alice
too.
Crowley.
Alice Crowley, she's so good. She's
what, 19
very good
years
as a
old?
heel. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a young thing, but
She's
a lot of
amazing.
talent.
I've seen her at a couple different places, so I've been following her for a little bit. However, Holly Cromwell, which was the one that fought Rain Saturday night, she actually went over.
Okay.
With CMC again.
Oh, CMC. You asked me to to watch CMC specifically on Saturday, and he's something.
He's something.
Not so good at the handspring off the ropes, from what I saw.
He doesn't do very well with the
Acrobatics.
superhero landing either.
But to be fair, I wouldn't either. So
Well, I wouldn't either, but yeah. But he fought Eli Wilder, so
Okay.
another showcase match. Then there was Mr. Alex Kane,
the Beast,
the Beast.
the MLW middleweight champ, or not middleweight. What's his national champion? I forget the title he's on in MLW.
I don't remember right now.
He's a champion
Research.
in MLW. You know what? I'm gonna research.
You gonna
There
research?
we go.
Please continue.
All right, so he fought Tanner Keeler. He was supposed to fight Camaro, but with his injury, he wasn't able to be there. Which this actually turned out to be such a good match. I was real impressed. I'd seen some things, I hadn't seen a whole lot of Alex Kane, but I've been told he was a suplex machine. He reminded me a lot of Taz.
Nice.
A lot of Taz.
I do love me some Taz. Real quick, he is the national openweight champion
Openweight,
in
that's
MLW.
But Tanner is actually a wrestling coach. So with the two of them, it ended up being a great match.
Nice.
Alex, of course, won.
Sure.
But
Was it a title match? Did he defend
no,
his
it
title?
was not a title match. But Alex, like I said, Alex won, and then Tanner took over the microphone, and they actually formed a new tag team.
Ooh.
That they're going to go after Premier.
Oh, nice.
So that's going to be Tanner Keeler and Victor Analog, which makes sense.
Sure.
Victor's kind of been the little baby face below Lander.
Mm-hmm.
And
Narge, you look confused.
I'm not sure what that meant.
the baby
not
baby
below
face?
Lander.
I'm-
Below Lander.
Oh, okay.
Jake Lander's their main baby.
I was going to say, we just
He
started
heard
drinking.
blow.
I was
He
very
heard
curious.
blow, and he's like,
This went off the rails really
"Is this
quick.
the cocaine type or the hooker type?"
Neither of which apply to
Could
me,
be-
by the
could
way.
be-
If
could
there's
be a-
anybody from my job listening, none of those apply.
Could be a double dip.
Moving on.
Yeah, let's just move on from that. Came back. We had intermission then, obviously, and then Ace Perry. I don't know if you guys have heard anything about Ace Perry.
Heard of him? I have not seen him.
He runs around the Indianapolis circuit a lot, but he came in and fought Matt Fitchett.
Nice. Your favorite?
Yes, my favorite. If you can't sense
I
the
hope you can-
sarcasm in that
I
statement.
hope you can sense the sarcasm through the audio.
So Fitchett won because it was for the title, for the
Right.
cruiser, or for the junior heavyweight.
Mhm.
Then we had Logan. I don't remember her last name.
Vantour.
Van Tour. And she made her 0-1, well, it wasn't her debut, but her first match back since she had busted her face with 4 fractures in her skull.
Yeesh.
So it was her first match back, but she fought Rain Victoria.
Okay.
So Rain went over. She's kind of the country fed country girl
Right. It's
type
kind
deal.
of a departure from her old gimmick that I remember the last time
Yes.
I'd seen her.
She used to be the Empress of Evil.
Right.
I miss the Empress of Evil. I like this new one, but I miss the Empress of Evil.
Her current gimmick kind of reminds me of Mickey Knuckles. I don't know if you remember her or not.
I have not seen Mickey Knuckles, but I'm excited because I am going to get to see her on July 2nd.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I'm
Where's
excited
that
about
at?
that one. That's going to be at New Wave,
Okay.
and that's in Terre Haute.
I saw
Do
a lot
I
of her
dare
in
ask why
IWA.
the name is Knuckles?
No,
Oh,
she likes to punch
jeez.
people in the
You
face.
think it's a punching thing, right?
It is a punch.
It is
Okay.
a punching thing.
I saw a lot of Mickey in IWA back in the day before she got hurt, and then I think she and Ian had a falling out. But just hell of a worker though.
Yeah. Fatal 4-Way was the next match. Anakin Murphy. What'd you think of Anakin? You got to
Very-
see Anakin.
You know, he looks very fragile. I mean, he's a great worker. He did a hell of a job in the ring on Saturday, but he's very skinny.
He is.
He looks like probably a featherweight, I would say. But I don't want to say anything, Mike, because he could still kick my ass.
He's got some serious hatred behind his.
Yeah, he seems very angry.
He is. He has no hope. That is his deal.
Oh,
he
wow.
has no hope.
That's too bad.
He was in a 4-way with Aaron Atlas, Jacques, the Illuminary.
Jacques Kennedy? Was he there? He was a guy
yes, he fought Gary.
He wore the flowery halo.
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be that would
Okay.
be them. And then they fought all 3 of them plus Joey O'Reilly.
Okay.
Now Joey has the Jabron contract apparently.
I saw a video on Facebook after the Saturday show. I guess they did something where they were talking about that. It's like their Money in the Bank kind of thing.
This is the first time they've done it since I've been going, and I've been going for a couple of years. So this is the first time I've seen this. In all honesty, if Camaro would have actually made it, not been legitimately injured, I kind of wonder if it wouldn't have dropped hands after the Kane match.
Okay.
I could have seen him cashing in on that, but that
Also,
didn't happen.
even though I always get his name wrong, Joey O'Reilly
There you go.
was probably one of the guys that impressed me the most on Saturday.
Okay.
Plus, I think he's done some AEW.
He has. He's been on Dark. He fought Archer.
Okay.
He fought Lance Archer.
Okay.
Well,
Well, he
Archer,
lost to
Archer threw him
Right,
out
right,
of the
right.
ring. And then the main event for Sunday was Mad Dog versus Gary J.
Okay.
That
I like Mad Dog. He was fun
he
when he's not throwing a chain at me.
see, I warned you.
Yeah, you did.
But okay, so you know how they had the chairs all closer to the ring.
Mhm.
Well, at the beginning of that match, they told everybody this is a no rules, extreme rules type deal.
Right.
If it comes your direction, get out of the way. As soon as they said that, every chair went back to
Right.
like the second row. So they had like a good 7-foot area
Nice.
around the ring the entire time.
You know, when I used to go to IWA shows, Ian had one rule, which was if the action looks like it's coming your way, that means it is. Get your shit and move. He'd say that at every show. And it seems like when you go to GCW shows, same deal. When you got Connolly going in 0-1, same idea. You've got to just
It's
be
not
ready to
always
fly.
Conley. There's a lot of them but at least he's the only one that has the chain.
Right.
That would actually hurt.
Yeah, I was front row right next to the entrance on Saturday, and Minderz came up to me before the show. Watch out for Connolly because he likes to whip the chain around. And of course, first match out was Connolly, and so I'm
And what
watching.
does he do?
Got my head on a swivel. It's like, well, Stacy will be really mad if I duck, and then that chain hits her.
But as soon as he came out,
He
I
just
think
threw it away.
he
didn't-
threw it. Yeah.
which was very relieving to me.
But Mad Dog went over in the main event. So, and I think they're setting up something. But he right now is teaming with Premier. Like
He's like they're heavy.
Yeah, they're heavy.
Which is kind of an odd pairing, but
it is. But the way they got there was kind of interesting. So
yeah, I like the Premiers. They're a fun team to watch.
Premier was so much fun.
They had the old
I
dusty
love
finish
the dusty
on Saturday.
finish.
Oh, pop the cork
And
in
it goes
or
in.
He's
like
Terramana time.
Tequila Narge lives.
Just wanted to let you know I'm still here. I'm just taking it all in.
Yes.
I haven't
One-
been to a
one-
0-1 show.
One
I know
plug at a time.
a lot of the characters. You mentioned Cobra earlier who didn't come. I wrestled with Cobra years ago. He's doing a lot of good stuff. So
Yeah, he is.
a lot of those guys that I used to wrestle with and run around with were there. They've kind of filtered themselves out, but David is still doing things, which is awesome.
The Bear was at the timekeeper's table on Saturday.
Yep.
He came in shortly after I left, but he was kind of I think I did one show with him, a battle royal, and it was weird. It was actually, he was in it. Another big tall guy. I don't remember his name. He got signed to NXT or WWE a few years ago, and actually went down and like ended up murdering his ex-girlfriend or his wife. I don't know if you've ever heard that story.
I vaguely, but I don't know who it
Big
was.
tall guy. I don't remember his name.
What, not
but-
Eli Cottonwood.
No.
No.
I'd have to look it up, but he worked a couple of shows around here, ended up in NXT, and then, did terrible stuff. He was a big boy. I can't remember his name. I'm actually in a battle royal with him at one point, but
Yeah, I think Bear St. Pierre is like the unofficial commissioner of 0-1. He's in some
unofficial.
sort of authority role there. And I'd like to have him on sometime. Maybe I have to hit him up. But, yeah, I don't know. He's kind of scares me. He's kind of an intimidating guy.
He is an intimidating guy, but he's a really nice guy.
Okay, yeah. So I'll probably hit him up. The ring announcer, the ever dapper Rod Black, was
Rob Leach.
Rob Leach. I'm getting people confused.
I got you.
You got me. I'm still new.
So I looked this gentleman up. It's kind of a side thing, but I'm pretty sure he worked for Dave at some point too. His name was Donovan Ruddick, the Future. This was back in 2013.
That was back in the past?
Yeah, 2013. Got signed to WWE and ended up stabbing his ex-girlfriend to death while he was in the training facility. Yeah, so
I never heard that story.
yeah, Donovan Ruddick, DT Porter, and the Future were all his names. But
He was a
there's
0-1 guy?
picture of the gentleman. Well.
Oh, wow.
Not necessarily 0-1. He ran around again with this
He's
group. A lot of these local
journeyman
indie
kind of
guys
thing.
kind of have all experienced,
Right,
have
right.
ran into each other at some point.
Well,
so.
he wears more numbers now than 0-1.
That is true. Yes, for the rest of his life.
Right. So, my apologies to Rob Leach for getting your name wrong.
BJ said Andrew Wilhoit. Andrew Wilhoit, maybe? What's that?
Andrew Wilhoit.
I mean, the spelling's a little brutal, but I think that's what he's trying to say. Anybody?
It's not ringing bells to me, Narge.
No clue.
I missed it. What did we say?
Andrew Wilhoit from Indiana.
That might be the same guy that we're talking about under his real name.
The guy I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted. No, his I've got his real name here, so that's why I say it. His real name, I'm pretty sure, was Donovan Ruddick. Or no, it's McGee. Brian Michael McGee.
Okay.
Was his real name. Yeah.
Look in the court records. He probably has 43 others.
Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'm trying to bounce through a couple of things here. So, no, I see BJ's thing. No, BJ, not him. Sorry, bud.
All right. So we got that out of the way. And thank you for the 0-1 report as always, Minderz. You're kind of our go-to. You're, like I said, you're our Mike Tenay for 0-1.
Hey, I do my best.
Because, Tenay was the big lucha guy for WCW for all those years. But, like I said, I'm going to try and get more involved in that and check it out. I got to finally meet Cavazos on Saturday. Nice guy.
Yeah.
And he's got a shirt coming. I just didn't have any with me.
I got my shirt.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, Minderz finally got her package of
My package
swag.
of stuff.
I forget what all was in it. It was the koozie, the shirt, and I think
Bracelet.
Yeah, the wristband. So, yeah.
Yeah, check out our store. We've got, what do we got, 8, 9 shirts?
9?
We're pushing.
Pushing 10. Once
10.
this one comes up.
I'm only pushing 7 of them. The other 3 I'm not a fan of.
Yeah,
Actually, I have no clue. I only see them when you send me pictures going,
Right.
here's a new shirt. All right.
but yeah, we just put up the Narjamania stuff this past week.
Yeah, that one's awesome. I hope some folks grab that.
Yeah.
I know my whole
Do
family's
we
going to grab
do we
it.
have any Narjamaniacs out there?
Come on, who's in the chat? I know
But
there's a couple of
We
you.
got the yellow one up, and we got a red one coming.
And then eventually the Hollywood black and white. No.
If I can figure out how to do it. But I'm working on a Kyler 316, but right now I'm having some issues with the getting it to go through. But
I
I
think we should also have a Nacho Man.
That's disrespectful.
Now, see, I'm surprised you didn't say any more about Saturday night when Gary J pulled his lethal lottery ball.
Oh yeah, so he pulled his ball out of the tumbler with the names in it, plastic like bingo ball kind of.
Okay.
I'm glad you specified.
I was like,
I
he pulled
felt
his
it
balls
necessary.
out.
There were a lot of
Like,
balls
boy,
jokes
they
during that
really,
show.
really don't care if they're not on TV, do they?
There were a lot.
Dwayne,
of
don't
balls
worry. We're
jokes.
getting to that, Dwayne. That's why I'm sitting here quiet. We're gonna get to that.
Yeah, Dwayne, we got a lot of show, Dwayne. So
Dwayne,
just
listen
hold
to
your
the other
horses.
stuff first.
But no, so Gary J pulls his name out, and says Hulk Hogan. And this old fella that apparently is at all the shows looks at me and says, "Well, go in, get in there." Like he thinks I'm Hulk Hogan for some reason.
I get his attention from where.
How
I'm
many
sitting at.
sandwiches does he think Hogan's eaten since he quit?
That's hurtful.
No, I'm sorry, but Hogan had it all upstairs.
I got it all.
You
in
don't
the
have as
trunk.
much upstairs as he did.
This
So
is very true.
That's why you tell me you got it all downstairs.
There you go, yeah. Body by Subway. Oh, wait a minute. No, nobody wants to be anything by Subway anymore.
no. Nobody orders a foot long from Subway anymore.
That's right, Jonathan. Narjamania is running wild, buddy. All the way over there, wherever you live. I think it's Oakwood, Illinois.
St. Joe, I thought.
St. Joe. He's in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's over on the east side.
He's on the East Coast
One of
of
our-
Champaign County.
One of our fellow YouTube unboxing video makers.
John's got quite a channel going. He's got a lot of followers, does a very impressive video. He's kind of got the ends at PWTs. So.
I kind of think he needs to be wearing one of our shirts during his videos.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that hasn't happened yet, John. That is an official shirt from Pro Wrestling Tees, who you love and support. So,
John, are
let
you
me
mad
know.
that I gave Danhausen a shirt, but I didn't bring you one at the Squared Circle Expo?
That wasn't very nice.
I didn't think ahead. I don't know John's shirt size. I was guessing on Danhausen, but
Oh, that Danhausen.
love that Danhausen. I was watching a little Danhausen on YouTube before I got here today.
He, I know we're going to segue into AEW, but that that brought the whole house to the living room Sunday night.
Oh yeah,
Oh, the second I said Danhausen's on, little feet running downstairs, and Baker's
Cursing
like,
everything.
"Oh, Baker, who's two, curse, Daddy, I curse you, I curse Mommy, I curse everybody." I'm like, "Oh," and Murray's like, "Well, that's my gimmick." So Baker stole
So
his
did he,
gimmick.
did he grab him and do an elbow drop or something?
No, so that's when he went and grabbed his little fake Matt Hardy and slammed it down. So, so you're Hook. Okay, so we figured it
great.
out now.
it's Narja's dream team is Hookhausen.
Oh, yeah.
Jonathan wants you to know it's 2X.
2X. All right, I think we can get that squared away for you, John. I got plenty of those still. I think in my cardboard box at home.
Yeah, the entendres are flowing today, folks, and I
We
think a
haven't
couple
even
more,
had that much
couple more hits
tequila
on
yet.
this frickin' tequila, and it's going to get ugly. in
Who
here.
ordered the Italian suppositories? Because there's a lot of innuendo going on. in here. All right,
Hold
so
There you go.
you gotta pop the cork.
We
off
don't
there.
even need sound effects. That's all you need right there. It does it.
All right, so Dwayne is clamoring for us to talk about it.
Is it?
So let's get into it.
Just me. Does that taste a lot sweeter than the last time we had it?
It's pretty good. I don't know where you got your got the
It
tequila.
doesn't
in
have
yours,
as much
but
burn on it as the
Right.
one we've had before.
Of course, I did just eat 8 mango habanero wings, so my taste buds may be gone.
That's true. Yeah,
It's
if Mark
like,
has to get up middle of the podcast, you'll know why.
It's like Homer Simpson when he was in the chili tasting contest. And he drank the candle, so he
oh yeah,
killed his taste
I
buds.
remember that episode. His tongue, he's like coated
Right?
in.
Coated in wax.
Yep. All right, we get into double or nothing.
Taste.
Let's get into double
Come
or
on.
nothing. Dwayne's asking. Everybody wants to know
5 hour
our
long
takes.
show. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I mean,
It had its reasons though.
it's a lame reason though. I mean, your
Ratings,
fans are going to
brother.
watch regardless of who's playing a fucking basketball game.
Not if they live in Boston.
Oh, I don't know. I'd watch a basketball game that went like 47 overtimes.
Did it go
This
47
was
overtimes?
game. This was a game 7. It's not a game 3, 4, or 5. This is game 7.
Yeah, but it's the Celtics.
Again, Boston.
Again,
So,
I shouldn't say that. My wife is from Boston.
it's one of the biggest fan bases.
So are we
in the
cheering
world.
for them or cheering for Golden State?
I'm always cheering against Golden State. I'm a
I
Spurs
used.
guy.
Why?
I was a Warriors guy forever. I thought they were so fun.
front runner.
Yeah.
And I did. I really did. I really don't give a shit about NBA, but I've always kind of liked the Celtics. I loved Kevin
Right.
Garnett, so I cheered for him when Garnett was there.
I was a Sixers fan young, so the Celtics were automatically kiss
Right.
my ass. I am a Bulls and a Mavericks fan, and of course the Mavericks eked out. The Bulls got in the playoffs, which was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Then they got
But
stuck
I
with the
like,
Bucks for the first.
but
round.
I like Steph Curry.
Oh, he's fun.
I mean,
he's just
I
so
like
fun to
Steph
watch.
Curry.
Great golfer. Too.
That guy could shoot a basketball from anywhere and hit.
Yeah, I mean they've showed videos of him pregame, just up in the stands
Just-
or on the
yeah.
just here watch him. You know, he's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's fun.
He really is.
I liked the Warriors when they had Tim Hardaway and Chris Mullin and Mitch Richmond and all those guys.
All right,
Manu
old
Bol.
man, move on.
But
You mean back when they weren't any good?
yes,
Right. Okay.
but I'm a
Well,
sports.
that's good. At least you love the
So-
losers, just like the Cubs.
But
Good
I-
job.
But
so
I'm
funny story though. My first jersey as a kid was a Golden State Warriors.
Chris
jersey.
Webber?
It was number 4, Chris Webber. I had it. Kyler
everybody had the Weber jersey. back
now
then.
has a Weber Sacramento jersey. I bought it. He's like, Dad, who the hell is this? I said, just wear it to school. It's cool.
my
It's a throwback.
two. I guess what would I have been? 6th, 7th grade. Park League basketball when I lived in Korea. I was the who were they? The Jazz, but they were the New Orleans Jazz back
Wow.
then. So
How
my
old were
team
you?
was the Jazz. Yeah, how old am I? Yeah, and the next team I was on was the Warriors. And it was like,
Philadelphia Warriors.
no, this was Golden State Warriors. And this was before This was after the Washington Senators became the Texas Rangers.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna start losing gas. We keep
Yeah.
talking basketball.
Just final aside, my first jersey, Narge, you mentioned Chris Webber.
Yeah.
Mine was the Dallas Mavericks, Jamal Mashburn, number 32.
32. Yeah.
So
Who and Jonathan Mayer will point out exactly why this topic is coming up right now. He's already pointed it out. Who all saw Top Gun? Did you guys like it? Have you saw it?
I
I
have not
saw
s-
it. I loved it.
I
Did
have
you
not
guys?
seen it yet.
Going
Any of you?
Thursday
None
with
of you.
Kyler.
You're going
with- I already
Thursday,
planned
okay.
it 1:15.
Only one spoiler. There's plane fights in it.
Oh,
That's it.
What?
Shocker.
You're going to tell me there's volleyball in it.
Actually,
no.
no.
It's football.
But there is half-naked men in it, so you will be
So I'll
appeased.
be
You will be
very
pleased.
uncomfortable watching this.
Are you kidding
I mean, who
me? That's
watches
how-
half-
you spend
watches
7 days a
half-naked
week
guys?
doing that.
Who watches half-naked guys?
Wrestling.
And now we're talking about it.
I honestly, that movie, the worst part of the movie is the soundtrack.
Not
Because-
as good, huh?
Well, the original soundtrack. I
No
mean, there's
Kenny
what?
Loggins?
No.
No,
No, there was-
I'm not
there were
going.
8.
no Berlin.
I believe the original soundtrack had either 8 or 9, rock radio songs, things you could listen to.
Frank
This one
Stallone.
here has a Lady Gaga ending credits song. What? It's got the badass, that
Oh,
all
yeah,
that. But the rest of it is just, pretty much orchestral and Harold Faltermeyer type stuff. There's, they recast the Goodness Gracious Balls of Fire song, but this time it's Goose's son, Miles Teller, because that's what it's supposed to be.
Right.
But other than that, there is no real
What about like
soundtrack.
the diner scene where Tom Cruise is singing? That was the
You
Righteous
lost your other
Brothers.
feeling.
Yeah, no, that
Nothing
there.
like
I
that?
don't. Yeah, there was no gang up on a girl thing. She just happened to be
whoa,
running
hey,
the.
Wow.
Whoa.
She just
Not a
happened to be
joke, not a
running the
Joe
bar
movie.
this time. She's happened to be running the bar
This isn't the Top Gun.
Just
with 2 P's and 2 N's.
I'm just curious. Was Miles Teller's handle Gosling?
No, it was not.
That's disappointing.
I think that would have been. Well, that brings to mind. I saw something today come across the news. The Rock's daughter
Uh-huh.
is a pro wrestler now.
Yes, she's in developmental.
And everybody thought she well, maybe it was a fucking joke, I know, but they thought she should go by the Pebble, and she didn't, and it created a little Twitter firestorm I saw today.
People are pissed because she didn't take any name to
It's a
pay
familial
homage to her
thing,
family.
right.
Ava
Well-
Rain, I think her name
Yeah.
is.
Ava
Which
Rain,
is
but
a
it's
fine
like-
name.
It's like,
It's not a bad
why
name.
the fuck do
but-
I have to be named that? I mean, I got a name, last name's
Just-
Johnson, same as Dad's. Fuck off. I mean, that'd be my opinion.
Just because The Rock took his dad and his grandfather's names for his ring name, it doesn't mean that she has to.
I totally agree. But yeah, I saw it come across, and I was
It's
like,
just
wow.
it's just developmental. Wait till she gets called up to the main
They'll
roster.
change her name.
Yeah.
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 What
What is it?
Same
They
is going to
always
happen
change
with
their
Braun
names.
Breaker. It's coming.
Yeah. Well, he needs it.
He does need it.
Terrible.
Eli Drake, he needed a name change, even though everybody's just complaining about it.
I got no problem with it.
L.A. Knight was an awful name.
Terrible.
Max Dupree has a nice ring to it. He can still do the 3 syllables with the pointing.
I like that he's bringing in fellas that are very talented and just not getting enough time. I
Right.
mean, who we got? We got Mace, who's the face.
Mace,
now, right?
Mansoor, I think.
Mace the Face.
Mace the face.
Nice
Dio,
name.
The former Dio Madden, one of Booker T's guys.
And then Mansoor.
Mm-hmm. And
And,
I think that's
is
it,
that
so
it so
far. Right?
far?
I think that's it so far.
Nope.
Has there
some
ever
more.
been a Billy Joe Jim Bob?
There's been a Freddie Joe Floyd, Great Tracy
Yeah, that's
Smothers.
close, but Billy Joe Jim Bob just seems like the next guy that comes out in overalls with a piece of wheat sticking out of his
That would
teeth.
be Festus.
I was gonna say that's fast.
David Cavazzo, welcome. You missed all the 0-1 talk. That was in the first 20 minutes of the show, brother.
David,
Hi, Dave.
hello, David, and it was a very fun time on Saturday when I was there, and I will be back on the 25th, hopefully. But
Dwayne
Dwayne-
wants to know, was it a good movie? See, he's creating his own suspense now.
Literally, everybody has said it's an awesome movie.
It is an awesome movie,
I've heard
Dwayne.
nothing but good things
Is it
about
better than the first one? I would say technologically superior because we have better sound, better vision, all that stuff. The stunts, some were different, some were better. The acting, about on par. Better movie? No, I would put them both in the 9 out of 10 category in general.
The original's a classic.
Yeah, the original's a classic, but
Our
this
buddy
one
Hammer
here,
said greatest
boom.
movie of the year, and I thought
I would
that
agree
might-
with him.
Yeah, really?
Yes. For this year, for 2022,
So far.
every
Okay.
movie I've seen is the best movie. Now, I was looking this up with a coworker today, and Spider-Man came out in late 21, December 17th of 21.
All right.
Into
So
the
most of
Spider-Verse.
us think of it. No, something else.
The
I
one
don't
No
with
Way Home. or
Toby.
whatever.
No way.
the one,
home.
yeah, No Way Home, yeah. So a lot of people think of it as a 22 movie, but really it wasn't.
That's
so
the last movie I went to.
So this year you had the Doctor Strange came out. That was the biggest debut of this year.
Which was panned by quite a few people.
It was, but we went. It was not bad, but there were so many horror elements.
Yeah.
Top Gun is now the second top opener of 2022.
Is there anything else in that?
But
Cut
it's better.
Minderz, or just
There
the good
will
stuff?
be.
Okay.
There will be.
We have more Terramana. You know.
Minderz
I
getting-
don't need any
It's
more
so
Terramana.
sugary.
Minder's
Sweet.
getting a little captain in her, but
I've
she
seen
got to
that.
put the
So
Coke in.
Dwayne,
All
all I
right,
can say
Dwayne's
is it
losing
may
his
not
mind.
be as good. It may not be better. It's amazing though.
We need Dwayne to stay on one topic.
I know,
You want
right?
to talk
Actually,
Hardy
we
Boys,
moved him.
or do you want to talk Top Gun, Dwayne?
we
Damn it.
moved the Dwayne needle. Come on now. All right. So let's talk about this AEW thing. Is
All
that
right,
what we're
let's
doing
get,
now?
let's get
Let's
into
do
the-
this.
Let's
Get
get
into
into the pay-per-view. Number one, with the pre-show 5.5 hours. Come on,
Yeah.
Tony.
Let me ask. Just overall thought right out the gate. The whole thing. Then we'll break it down. But overall thought.
On a 10 scale.
I think I told you mine.
Being generous, thumbs in the middle.
I
Very,
thought-
very flat. And the last 3 or 4 matches, I think, brought the energy up. The first two, like, I don't know why they had Wardlow and MJF opening the show. I
Made
don't know
no
why
because
sense
MJF
with-
wanted to leave.
Well, yeah, and that's part of it, but it made no sense with all the drama and buildup of MJF. You literally would have people tuning in to be like,
You could have them
is
saying-
he showing up?
They could be saying MJF hasn't arrived in the building yet.
Yeah.
And then finally
He's the one
have
that
his
left the
music
convention, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He no-showed the Fan Fest and had allegedly gotten the.
And everybody said it wasn't a work. So do now we believe it was a work?
There's a lot of
From
speculation.
what I'm understanding, there really is legitimate
There's a lot of
contract
heat.
issues.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he got if he had any momentum, it was all killed in that match.
Oh, they
I mean,
totally
Wardlow
squashed him.
smashed the shit out of it.
Yeah, he didn't
which-
get a single offensive move.
not a damn thing.
Tony said, "Hey, look, man, we'll work it out after this match
He got
here.
Ultimate
Go ahead,
Warrior.
go ahead." And then he put him in and got his ass kicked for him and said,
Pretty much.
That's how we work shit out,
So
and I get the fuck out of my
Just
league."
jobbed him out with no heat.
And the thing
Maybe.
is, I told Mark, but so for me, I agree with you. The show fell flat compared to other pay-per-views. It had the potential to be huge.
Should have been great.
This is the one problem I have with AEW pay-per-views, and I'm not a negative AEW guy,
No,
right?
Neither am I. But I'm
They,
probably gonna agree with
you lying sack.
No.
I'm a negative Tony guy. I'm not a
They
negative AEW guy.
stuffed too much shit in the bag.
Mhm.
Okay, so like the pre-show, we could have easily moved or left off Jade Cargill and Anna Jay. That match didn't even need to happen, in my opinion.
Mhm.
That's a
Not
main
at
event.
all.
That's a Rampage main event.
I'm gonna
already
go
seen
one
it.
further. O'Reilly and Darby could have waited till Dynamite,
It could. It was
great
such
match.
it was a good
I enjoyed-
match.
I
Could have
enjoyed the
waited.
match.
The
but no build up. Come
the,
on.
the 3-on-3. The
What? Nah, how's
Ethan
some-
and
oh yeah, the big
no,
tag.
yeah, with that. Paige didn't look ready. I know they wanted
No.
to push her. She didn't look ready.
I think that's why she only got like 5 minutes of time.
She
in
didn't
the
get
ring.
much. But that's a thing, like, were people tuning in to see Paige Van Zant fight? No, and I
They
think I
didn't.
even told you, I hate to say this as a guy, I expected sexier ring gear out of her, too.
Right.
Oh,
And
jeez.
the
you're
thing
gonna
is-
get us
It
fucking
wasn't-
canceled.
It wasn't, I mean, it was for her who has an OnlyFans and literally every day is half-naked photos on the internet showed up and maybe the least revealing female outfit of the whole night.
Yeah, she looked like Ivory.
I'm in my scuba suit now.
It was
Pretty
very,
much.
it was,
She
it was
looked like
odd.
she was dressed like Rhonda.
Yeah,
Rhonda's
she
outfit.
did.
She did.
Sports bra, shorts. Not.
But she didn't look as fit, and she's
No.
a fit lady.
She's-
but that outfit
yeah.
did her no favors. That's
No.
all I'm saying.
I think she'll get better. I mean, obviously she's.
But again, that's
Great
another
athlete.
match. So there, we've just
Plus-
named 3.
Yeah.
So
Plus, the thing
Jonathan
is-
Mayer says
Mhm.
he loved that they started with MJF. And Dwayne says he was dozing off, but that's because it was long. I'm like, well,
That's what she said.
Dwayne.
John, I didn't mind MJF and Wardlow in the beginning because I didn't want to sit and wait around to see whether he was going to show or not. So I'm glad they got it out of the way.
But they could have done that with a story though.
They could have built it all night. They could have had Wardlow in that holding cell and maybe somebody tell him, hey, MJF's not here. Just piss him off.
Right.
Build that, like,
Jim
are
Ross
you
could have
kidding
made
me?
that work.
Yeah. For me, the one that killed it, and I had a long day, but normally I don't fall asleep. The Hardy Boys,
Was
Bucks
terrible.
was terrible.
bad.
I mean, I fell
So
asleep.
bad.
So I found out a little info on that. Apparently, one of the reasons why Jeff looked off, apparently he's been working with a broken foot.
Which would make sense. When he walked
When he
out
was
on
trying
the
to climb
ramp,
the ropes, he didn't look right.
well, even the ropes, but when he walked out on the ramp, I could just tell he came out slow, and he was kind of like, he did his thing, but it was very slow. Then he had something with his boot.
Mm-hmm.
But from what I understand, I registered for it the same as you before we got here. It was the match with Darby where he did the stupid bumps
bullshit
and all
stuff.
that stuff.
Swanton on the stairs, all
Yeah,
that.
he's hurt.
So if he had a broken foot, the something with his boot might have been trying to adjust because
Yeah.
he has maybe had hidden a cast inside
And
it.
it could be. It was.
Could be.
It was.
Maybe it's heavily
unstra-
taped or
It was
something. Yeah.
unstrapped for a portion of the match,
Right.
and that was affecting
Swelling,
him.
probably.
So,
Yeah.
but
But-
that match was terrible.
Yeah.
That was the worst Bucks pay-per-view match I've seen in a long
Yeah,
time.
and the Bucks, I'm not a big fan of the Bucks, but
No,
they
yeah.
bring it when they have the tag matches. The match they had with Omega and Page was a match of the year candidate,
Oh, them
When
against
that was-
Pentagon and Phoenix in the cage.
right? Yeah,
That was one
yeah.
of my favorites.
The match they had, what was it, a month and a half ago with FTR on TV?
That's what I'm saying. They don't dial it in. The Hardy Boys, unfortunately, I
I
don't
think they're phoning it in.
they're phoning it in. Their age has caught up to him. Matt's always in the Matt in the last 5 years has been just so stiff, and I mean, you can tell he can't do what
Right.
he used to. Jeff tries, but now Jeff's getting to that point where it's like, damn, I think age has caught up.
Yeah. Can we talk about Gangrel on Rampage walking
So,
like
hang
he
on,
was
so-
Frankenstein?
So
That
you
was
guys
very
both
strange.
agree.
Bow-legged Frankenstein.
You both agree with Dwayne that the Hardy Boys
Sucked.
and Young Bucks
Worst match of the
sucked.
night.
Worst
That was
match.
terrible.
Worst match of the night.
Dwayne, you win a point.
Well, and sorry, Mindy, go ahead.
It was painful.
Yes,
Like
no.
to watch the Hardys
I fell
on there. Well, I didn't fall asleep, but
did.
I only caught the last 20 minutes of the match.
For me, and
But
I'm not a Young Bucks fan, but I felt bad for them because you could see they were
They were
trying.
trying.
They're like, let's do this. And the Hardys just can't keep up. They just
So
can't keep
so
up.
do we
can't.
think right now in advance, do we think this Hardy Boys experience that occurred the other night would rate higher or lower than the upcoming Ric Flair experience we've talked about?
I think Flair's
I think
going
Flair
to
will
give
do
it his
better.
all. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Flair will do better.
Flair will do better. Yeah.
Really? Wow, that's interesting.
He's been training nonstop.
With-
He's promised so many things.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you get your tickets for that, Narge?
No, we were supposed to. My wife and I, we talked about it, and then I was like, all right, hey, GA was left and something else. Next day, gone.
Oh,
so
that sucks.
Oh wow.
What's cool is
it's sold
Tommy-
out.
I heard Tommy
Interesting.
Nashville
Young.
Fairgrounds.
I heard Tommy Young's going to referee that match.
No shit.
Yeah. And then I guess
How?
I
He
don't
can't
know.
get on the ground, can he? He'd be
I don't
like-
know, but I guess Tony.
Well, I mean, it's
Schiavone,
Ric
David
Flair.
Crockett
Maybe
are gonna
Ric
call
Flair's
it.
not able to get on the
So
ground either.
we're definitely throwing it back to
They're going
Crockett.
full Crockett.
I
Yeah.
love it.
But
Hey,
they
maybe
still
they
haven't
can
said who
wheel
his
Lex
opponent's gonna
Luger
be.
out there for him.
Well, what's he gonna do? Luger's a
Well,
great
he
guy.
wrestle.
He can't get out of. He's a great guy, but he can't get out of his wheelchair.
That's all right. They give
Oh,
Flair
you
heat.
know what? You know
Did-
what?
did you
I think
not
pro
see-
wrestling, it's time. It is time to have a wheelchair match.
Did you not see that video I
If Vince
shared? a few
McMahon
months
hasn't
back?
done that in the last 15, 20 years, that's not going to happen.
What's that?
If Vince McMahon hasn't done that already in the last 20 years, that's not going to happen.
I'm going to stand up for all the handicapable people out there in wheelchairs and say there must be professional wheelchair wrestling.
You saw the video I shared. It was about a month or two ago. We're there at the indie show, and that guy literally took the guy out of his wheelchair and rode it around.
Yeah, I remember. I saw that.
That
Yeah,
was
that's great.
fantastic.
Stacy
saw
was
that
horrified
too.
by that.
I wasn't thrilled with it.
I was laughing my ass.
Well, I'm pretty sure if I remember what I read later, the fan that was in the wheelchair was in on it.
As long
yeah.
as
So
he
there
was
was
in on
no real. I mean, and I think that's something most people realize, but not all. I think we even have a couple listeners that may not. It is all, it's all part of a show.
So people
No matter
front
what,
row in
it's
the match
part of a
room.
show. Well, Narge and I went to WWE together. We took Dallas to his first one, and we were sitting next to Billy Joe Jim Bob. And Billy Joe Jim Bob, I'll tell you what, this guy spent the whole time explaining to me how this was all going to go down, and he can't believe this guy. But this guy was sold on everything, as in it was competitively real, not here's a great show, enjoy it. I mean, this guy was...
This
he
was an adult with a
he thought he was
6-year-old.
he
pro
thought he was
wrestling
watching
mindset.
Mike fucking Tyson fight where guys really get their asses kicked, and I was like, whoa.
Sometimes kayfabe is alive and
John-
well.
Jonathan Mayer, there was a guy with no legs wrestled in the Battle Royal at All In. I remember that guy.
All about that.
I remember he was in TNA for a bit too.
That was
Impact,
pre
I'm sorry.
Tony Khan getting a hold of it.
But Dustin something, I forget his name. But crazy how much he could do with with his arms.
He hop up on that top rope like you know.
And then BJ on here is talking about the guy with amputee. You know, Zach Gowen. Obviously, I think he's talking about.
Zach Gowen.
Hell of a moonsault on that guy.
Who
Can you imagine them pulling the rails out of a wheelchair and smacking each other with them now?
We saw
Cactus
Kevin
Jack
Nash.
used to use a guy's crutch in ECW.
Kevin Nash pulled Mad Dog Vachon. It was a Mad Dog or Butcher.
Mad Dog
Mad
pulled
Dog
his foot off.
Put his foot off. His amputated
Oh,
leg.
yeah. He had
and hit Shawn Michaels
prosthetic
with it.
leg.
Also planned, by
It
the
was
way.
planned.
Planned.
Well, yeah.
He ripped his leg off and
The-
whooped him with it.
I heard Nash tell a story. He had a hold of his leg, and before he pulled, he looked at Mad Dog and like gestured, like, "Is this the right one?" Because he didn't want to pull the wrong leg.
Would have been impressive if he did and it came off and you saw blood everywhere.
That's a show.
Hey, he was Super Shredder, so
That's
anything's
right.
possible. Did you have a favorite match of the night?
Honestly, I think my favorite match was probably House of Black against Death Triangle, the trios
It's
match.
a good one.
Yeah, aside from the finish,
Yeah.
I mean Malachi Black is gold to me.
What was wrong with the finish?
It was.
Hang on, time out. Spoiler alert. Okay, go ahead. What was wrong with the finish?
You know, it's been 5 days. There's no spoilers.
Yeah,
now.
there's no spoilers anymore.
It was
Some people are waiting for the freebie.
Well, he said he fell asleep during the free, but no, the finish of the match. Pac was on the top rope. Lights go out. Tony Khan special. You know, out go the lights. The best part of that was JR. Like the damn lights went out again. It sounded like somebody's grandpa. And then lights came on, and we finally got the payoff with Julia Hart joining the House of Black, blow the mist in Pac's face.
Which they could have done better on. It felt
I
delayed.
mean, the lights really.
They didn't need all that. We knew Julia was joining. It just the way they got there. Again, it's one of the, it seemed
They
like an
could've done that.
afterthought with Tony.
They could have done that 3 months ago, and it would have been fine. Like the week after she got blown in the face with the mist.
The black mist.
You guys can't see this, and one day when we finally figure out what we're going to do and go live with cameras, you will see this. Every time Mark Redman makes a statement that he knows
He looks at
can
Mark.
get hit with a double entendre, he looks directly at me, waiting for me to either say it or not say it. But he's like, okay. And then he corrects himself.
You know what? After the last episode with Barry Horowitz, I want to get cameras in here sooner than later because that was awesome having just the video of Barry.
That was
on there.
interesting, yes.
A lot
It
of
was.
people complimented that.
I would
They
like
love the fact that he zoomed in. Again, he didn't need to see us. People don't want to see us. They want to see them. And people loved
Speak
it.
for
My
yourself.
wife thought it was awesome.
It was pretty cool.
Now, I'm going to say right now, and I'm going to leave it up to an audience vote. Do you want to see us or just our superstar guests? Comment in the comments. We'll see what you come
Now,
up with.
keep
You
in
either
mind,
say,
we are
I want to see the
delightful.
hosts and the guests, or I just want to see the guests. Be as insulting as you need to. And if you say you don't want to see me, I don't give a flying
what?
fuck. It's cool with me.
If
Trust
people
me.
want to look at Conrad Thompson, then they've got no complaints about us.
That's true.
And I'll go with Conrad. He's a great guy.
Or Bruce Pritchard.
Or
yeah.
Bruce.
Yeah.
BJ, you can actually go back to our page. I believe the live stream stays up on Facebook permanently.
I think it does.
Yeah. It
So
does.
anyway,
So getting back into Ada, we keep getting distracted.
that was a
What?
great
We're
match.
jumping
All right.
We're
rails.
jumping the fucking rail here.
That's right. Just like Cody Rhodes on Monday.
What?
But all right, Narj.
My favorite match was the one I think you'd forgot about, or who I was talking to. Somebody was like, "Oh, we got 2 matches." That was you.
Oh yeah,
Was the Anarchy in the Asylum?
that
or
was
the
that
arena?
was fun.
That was a fucking blast.
That was the fucking
They
Tupelo
were-
concession stand
those
brawl.
guys-
all
Dwayne
over
liked
again.
it.
Those guys were bleeding all over the place with no regard for anything. I loved it. Vince McMahon was at home screaming blood and gore, and I thought it was fantastic. We had mustard and blood. My favorite shot of that whole match needs to be a T-shirt. So Pro Wrestling Tees listen is when Eddie Kingston walked from the back, soaked in blood, carrying the fucking gas can.
Yeah.
He literally, somebody posted a picture and they said if there was ever a picture in pro wrestling where it looked like somebody was legitimately
Going to kill someone.
on his way to murder somebody, it's this photo.
Yeah. And
It's coming. I hope.
you hope he murders someone?
No. Obviously we know what happened at the end with Punk and this and that.
Right.
At some point, Eddie Kingston needs that belt. He's
I'm all for it.
he is the one that people said, can you imagine the building when Eddie Kingston finally wins
Of
that
all the
belt?
people, he would be the last person anybody would have expected to hold a major world title on television.
To come in as Cody's a mystery,
Just
open
like his
challenge
open challenge.
opponent, and then do what he's done in
Yeah.
the last 2.5 years.
Right. I mean, I can't fault him for his involvement in the exploding barbed wire aftermath
Oh,
fiasco.
No, he was just
moment.
He was
guilty by association.
But also, I don't think distracting again. Speaking of the exploding barbed wire, R.I.P. to Tarzan Goto from Japan, passed away yesterday. He was one of the guys that did a lot of those exploding barbed wire matches with Onita back in Japan.
I saw Ian commented, yeah, one of the big
One of the
deathmatch
pioneers,
guys
yeah.
back in the day.
One of the older guys?
58?
58, yeah. I think he had...
Yeah, fuck that. He ain't older. I'm that age.
Was it cancer? I forget what it was.
Yeah, I think it was
Oh, that
some
sucks.
liver cancer or something like that. He's been battling for the last 2
Yeah.
years. So,
But he was a fun guy to watch in those death matches. I saw Bully Ray had a nice tribute to him because I guess he wrestled Goto in Japan in '96 in a main event. But so R.I.P. to Tarzan and.
but that match, I still want to elaborate just a little bit more. Sorry,
Sure. Yeah.
Kingston. That was my favorite image, but you know who really won me over in that match?
Daddy
Our guy-
Magic.
No, yes, actually, the guys who I said I couldn't stand, Magic Matt,
Cool
and-
Hand Ange.
and Cool Hand Ange, who I
Great,
thought
best
had,
names in the stable, by the way.
2.0 was just a trash gimmick. I thought the one looked like a fat young buck, and the other one looked like a Madcap Moss reject.
Right. Minderz is about to spit on me.
No, I'm not.
Because I called him a
What
fat
did
young
I?
buck.
No.
Spitters are quitters.
Said buck, not yeah.
Oh,
But
jeez.
they're winning me over in this group. You know who's kind of lost in the shuffle in the group?
Hager.
Hager. So is Garcia.
Garcia, too. Garcia needs better.
Garcia was doing more. He should have been in the Combat Club.
Yes.
I'm okay with Hager, whatever. I don't know what his deal is. I know he's doing the MMA thing
Right.
but he's not doing it as much as he could.
No.
He's definitely not the heavy in the group like,
No.
like Sid was back in the day or
Right.
that's how they should be treating Hager.
He's-
Hager comes out in a cap and gloves and they looked like something out of
They look
fucking
like the Bowery
Clockwork
Boys or
Orange.
something.
Yeah.
As soon as they came out, I messaged you. I said, they're going to bleed all over the place because they were wearing
Yeah,
all
the
white.
white.
All wearing white.
Well, when Eddie came out in a white Yankee shirt,
Right.
I said, yeah,
Mox
here we
had
go.
the white Moxley
Yep.
shirt on. They were ready. And it's the old saying, red makes green. And I forget what they said. White makes red, I think is what the old
You
saying
catch
goes.
Daniel Bryan dropping the F-bomb?
I did.
That was awesome.
That's-
Somebody online
that's-
posted on Twitter says the best Daniel Bryan or
Vintage.
Bryan Danielson ever.
That was Ring of Honor Bryan Danielson there. Because he used to do that all
What'd
the
he
time.
say?
I'm going to kick his fucking head in.
Yes.
Yep.
It was awesome. I loved everything about it.
I just chuckled because I remember I messaged you while that match was going on,
Mm-hmm.
and you were like, "Narge just said the same thing." Because I was asking, why was Wild Thing music still playing 5 freaking
loved
minutes
it.
into the match?
Because it was like New Jack back in the
Yeah,
day.
that's
Everybody
what we
pointed out
said.
ECW throwback.
I thought maybe a nod to Onita, too, because it's
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
music, too. But
But-
best part, Jericho, biggest heel of the show, breaking the damn music box.
That was awesome.
pull the plug, jerk.
I didn't care. You know what I thought, though? I didn't care for the mustard spot with Eddie and the other guy.
He looked like a baby
No.
shit on his back.
I was
Yep.
like, can you imagine having to wrestle him now that he smells like bright yellow mustard?
know.
Like,
And I apologize for the mental picture.
and then they threw him into the merch.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
the T-shirts are
That's-
now ruined.
That's when
No, they're
that's
worth
when,
more now.
That's when Tupelo came into my head.
Yep.
Yeah.
The old Memphis. Keith Gibson remembers the Tupelo concession stand brawl.
We kept making the joke where I was watching it at that they were doing this for hot dogs and a handshake.
That's right.
That is the old go-to in the independent scene for sure.
Mhm.
But that match, I loved it. Again, yeah. John Mayer says we should do video and we should do this on YouTube as well. We could go live. Have we ever looked into live on YouTube?
I don't know if we've actually gone too deep into it. I think it was discussed at one point. Our producer is texting someone.
Dwayne's
No dick
giving
pics
us
on the
pointers.
podcast.
there. I appreciate it, Dwayne, because we've been drinking. Dwayne said that Owen Hart winners were predictable.
They
yes,
were.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
But
Think?
they were, but I think they were the right call.
Joe's got a belt. Joe's the ROH. Once ROH gets up and running, I think Joe's gone.
Yeah.
I'm okay with Cole. I really thought this was a moment to put Ruby over. Ruby has not done anything significant since she got there.
Yeah.
You come out with Rancid.
That
like,
was one of the
popped
highlights of
for
the show. Rancid playing with Triple H on vocals.
You know, yes. Another low though was Rich Ward coming out doing Britt
Oh, poor
Baker's and
Duke.
annoying the shit out of her.
Poor Duke. He's
Rachel-
He's rocking out.
He was bouncing, and Britt kept turning around looking at him like, "The fuck are you doing?" Rachel was even like, "I think she's annoyed, Mike. Like,
I don't
why
think she knows who he
come
is.
He come bouncing down the steps.
I don't think she knew who he was.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Some guy just randomly comes out with a guitar.
No, I love seeing Rancid though. They sounded great.
Next step, Fozzie's got to play Judas. on a pay-per-view.
I agree. I mean, to an extent, hey, Britain, they even teased it earlier on, well, the greatest couple in AEW win.
Well,
They definitely should have had Ruby go over. I would have been okay with Ruby and Adam. Again, Joe, he's got the belt. He doesn't need
Joe's
anything
Teflon.
else. Yeah.
He's bulletproof.
He's Joe.
And the thing is, heels can lord this over everybody and get more heat by saying, I won the tournament. I'm the first one ever, And they got belts to hold up and parade around, which actually looked really cool, by the way.
They were a throwback to the old
The old
Calgary Stampede
Yeah.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the presentation was a little much for me.
Oh, Martha was, like you.
She
when
went
you
all Dana
said,
Warrior
She
on
was definitely
everybody.
Dana Warrior. Get to the point, lady.
Right.
I don't know what she was wearing on her head.
She
either.
she was on her way to the
head-
Kentucky Derby.
terrible.
Somebody should have told her, like, all right.
Yeah, she was
we
going to
get it.
Churchill Downs for a mint julep after the show was over.
Dwayne has never heard of Rancid. No, Dwayne.
What?
That's
They were
not-
around-
That's not a surprise. Dwayne.
You might know
It's
them
not
as
the 80s.
Operation Ivy from the 80s.
Dwayne Rancid has actually the song that Ruby Soho is on is one of the greatest punk rock albums of all time, in my
That's
opinion.
Out Come the Wolves. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I may have to get a shirt.
My brother played that for me. I remember we were actually heading to see. We're going to Warped Tour one year. Rancid wasn't there, but I've never seen them. I saw Lars and his band, The Bastards,
Right.
and they were awesome. But
Yeah, Rancid's got a soft spot for me because they're, Tim Armstrong's a lefty like me.
yeah,
And he looks like Triple H, who's one of my favorite wrestlers. But no, they played. They sounded awesome. Usually the bands that play, they kind of lose something.
no, I thought they sounded pretty.
They sounded good. It's like when Motorhead did WrestleMania,
Oh yeah.
which is still the best musical performance ever.
Somebody
on
had
a wrestling
mentioned,
show.
I think in the group we talked about Dr. Hart going too long, etc. But like somebody had said, and I agree with. It's Hart Hoover that actually said it. She was okay with her given all that time because obviously Tony respects the Hart family so much. He's given them this platform, so it's kind of like I'm gonna let her do her thing. I still felt like maybe Tony could have said, "Hey, how about this?" And
You get
maybe he
5
did.
minutes.
Yeah. She just kind of rambled, and
Yeah.
she was really taking in the adulation, though, wasn't she? She was like,
I could say what I think of Martha Hart, but I don't want to lose listeners. 'Cause I'm
"Yeah,
gonna
you
offend
mentioned
people.
that the other day, and I didn't quite get it. I assume it's some WWE related."
Actually, no.
No, oh, okay.
Then
Spill the tea.
do I dare spill the tea on this one?
Spill the tea.
Go for it.
So, I mean, I'm not gonna criticize her for I can't imagine what it's like to lose a spouse, especially the way that Owen died. But from what I understand, and I heard this like 850th hand, Smith Hart put a message out, I think on one of Conrad's podcasts after they did an Owen show, and apparently after Owen's funeral, Martha never had any contact with the Hart family. So to have her come out, I mean, I'm fine with her honoring Owen. It's her husband, and he's awesome, and I'm all for anything that pays tribute to Owen. But it seemed like she was playing too much honoring the Hart family, and I just think she's full of shit for that.
Yeah, and I think some of that. I remember reading that. I think she was upset with.
I mean, I get being upset with Vince, but it was a freak accident. Vince didn't snip the wire to,
No.
I mean, Ben Barry talked about this on the last episode.
But
They
he
should've
did
stopped
only
the show.
authorize a certain thickness wire.
I don't know about that.
It was
But-
a certain.
but-
Well, it was a
I'm
certain
not gonna
clip
create a
or-
conspiracy
we
theory.
could get all into
Yeah.
that, but from what I remember, I remember she was upset with Brett and everybody because they kind of told her to get over it, and then there was, it's been back and forth, which to an extent, Brett lost his brother. She did lose her husband and father of her children. So everybody has their own way of dealing with things. I'm just glad that now we get an opportunity to remember Owen. He's going to be in the video game.
Yeah.
I saw a rough draft of his action figure. It's coming out. First action figure since he's passed away.
It's the New Japan Owen, too, right?
It is, yeah. He's so.
Yeah, that's cool. I do wish he would have gotten his flowers in the WWE Hall of Fame, though, like Mark Henry said when he got inducted, just for the fans,
I'm curious how that went down. Mark's AEW. Is there I'm assuming they've had a conversation at some point.
imagine.
Maybe he said, hey, I just,
But and everybody was complaining that Brett wasn't able to be involved in the Owen thing. I don't think Martha would have wanted him.
No, I agree. That was it. I kept thinking, well, Brett's not, they don't get along. So.
No. And like I said, and then everybody complained that they said, Vince signed Brett to a contract to keep him away. It's like, no, I think Tony didn't book Brett, so he signed a contract with Vince.
Yeah. Well, from what I heard, the contract with Vince was just for merchandise stuff.
Yeah.
So he could still do.
Yeah, he can make appearances.
My
elsewhere.
one issue with the first year of the tournament, and I get it, they want to go with the big names, and they went with two of the biggest.
Mhm.
But why not somebody like Brian
Mark
Pillman?
Redmond's in the doghouse.
Why not somebody like Brian Pillman Jr., who has an affiliation with, you know what I mean? Or you sign
Can I throw something out there?
Davey Boy Jr.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's two guys.
Why
that,
not make that?
Well
the
When
found.
first
WWE released
matches?
Davey Boy Jr. So
he's in NWA right now.
Yeah.
He's teaming up with Doug Williams.
Well, I'm curious. Well, that's right, but I'm curious how ironclad that kind of stuff is. You
I
know?
think they can go here and there.
That's what I'm
But
thinking. Everybody outside of WWE can kind of do what the hell they want.
That's why I
Seems
want to.
like
see,
it
That's why I want to see Camille take on Jade.
makes the most sense. Well, let's talk about that real quick. I'm just bouncing around, but who physically in AEW could you put in the ring with Jade Cargill that makes sense? Me and John Mayer talked about this. He said there's some guys you couldn't even put in there. For
No.
me, it's Nyla Rose. Makes
That's
the
too-
most sense,
It's also too obvious though.
but it's two heels. You'd have to turn one. Who would you turn? Jade be the easiest, but she just started the baddies. You're not going to turn Nyla and Vicky.
Well, I told you before. I mean, they're pushing Jade as a heel, but then they show her kid in the front row,
Yeah.
and then she's the mom, and everybody cheers her and everything.
And that's coming at some point. She's building this baddies group.
She's going to be there.
She's going to turn on him at some point.
Yeah.
Or they're going to kick her out. She's going to be the baby face that breaks away.
Right.
She already dropped Sterling. I think he's done.
Yeah. Let's talk about the debuts.
Yeah.
We got Stokely Hathaway finally in AEW.
We did.
I wonder. I have a question. He back before he was in WWE when he was in the indie, he was always joined up with MJF.
And I wonder if that was planned.
I'm wondering if they were gonna do that, but then MJF is in the doghouse, so they rerouted and took him, put him with the baddies.
Well, and John, who's listening, he talked to me about that. He said he loved seeing him, but it felt thrown together. It was odd. He come running out.
I'll go
and-
Stokely. He's great.
Yeah.
For those that don't realize, the former Malcolm Bivens
Malcolm
NXT,
Of the Diamond
the
Mine.
Diamond Mine, yeah. But he was Stokely Hathaway in Ring of Honor and in the Indies. Really underrated manager.
Google it. There's a video out
And
there.
that's
of
going
him
to come
and,
up later.
Him and MJF against Nick Gage,
Yeah.
which is
I've seen it.
fantastic.
I think there might have been one with him and Mance Warner too.
Oh,
MJF and Manser, and then I think Stokely was there. But yeah, I know because they had the guy, the cop.
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, the fake cop. He looked like a Chippendale dancer. He was.
Might have been.
Love seeing Ember Moon or Athena.
great.
Yes,
Yeah.
Athena.
I think that was a long time coming.
I'm a big fan of hers.
And anything that's going to beef up that women's division, I'm all in for.
She looked odd standing next to Jay,
Like
you know,
Statlander, and,
or yeah,
because
she's
she's not
just
tall,
so small, but,
But
she can go.
But she's
She can go.
she's thick though.
I like.
2 C's.
That's what I was trying to imply to John. The
So
other
she's
day.
not 2Ds like Nia Jax?
No.
It's Naya.
She got thighs.
Naya, excuse me.
Naya.
Dwayne's gonna be so mad. At
Sorry,
you.
Dwayne.
Here, Mark, I'm gonna show you.
Oh, also, quick side
I
note.
think of it as Nia
uh,
Peoples. That's what I see. I'm like, Nia.
Wow, there's a reference.
Wow.
I
Walker
know.
Texas Ranger call. They want their junior detective back.
That's it.
This is who we're talking about.
But
Oh, hello.
while
Yeah, right.
Narge is showing pictures of Athena to Marco, I'm going to offer a congratulations to Andrade El Idolo and Charlotte, who got married this past week in Mexico. And Nia
Charlotte Flair?
Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
And Nia Jax was.
I didn't think
apparently
anybody
at the
liked
wedding.
her.
That was the rumor. But
Andrade does.
I guess they had a lot of.
Joe
her-
LaMondola doesn't like her.
Oh boy!
I didn't think anybody liked
I
her.
think Joe's got an agenda against Charlotte, but I guess
Well,
there were
she's
a lot
no
of
Rick.
I guess there were a lot of WWE stars at the wedding in Mexico. Rick was there, obviously. So
Right.
here's the happiness for them. And also speaking of Andrade, we got Roosh back. In
I was just about to say he had a big weekend. He got to marry Charlotte, and then his best friend's back,
Yeah.
and now
I'm hoping-
Los.
I'm hoping the AFO is dead and gone, and we can finally get the authentic Los Ingobernables in
they
to
they
AEW.
literally said it on Twitter today.
Those are
that
the two guys that
that
founded the
was
group.
back.
Yeah.
Los, whatever.
The
was
Los
back.
Ingobernables founded that group. Before Naito had the Los Ingobernables de Japón with Sonata and all those guys. It was Andrade when he was La Sombra, and it was Roosh,
Yeah.
and then their group.
Am I the
And
only one?
Roosh-
I always thought it was Rush. I don't.
For people that haven't seen Roosh in Ring of Honor, man, he's so good.
He was the champ for a
He was
minute,
the
right?
champ for a while.
Him and Bandito, did they do something together? Was
Yeah,
it them?
Bandito beat Roosh for the title
Yeah.
last year. But Roosh, big guy, hella athletic. His brother's Dragon Lee. I don't know if you remember him.
I remember the name.
And then I think Mystico is his, Sin Cara is his brother.
Everybody's related. It's like the Samoans.
yeah.
Jesus.
Pretty much. But Dragon Lee and Mystico, which is Sin Cara's original name, as you guys all know, they're teaming up in AAA together. And I'm hoping that means that they're going to come into maybe Dragon Lee will go back to Ring of Honor because that was kind of his home base.
No, you can't hope all these people show up and bitch that Tony signs too many people.
I was
Mark.
gonna-
I'm going to agree.
I was going right there.
No, if it
Literally
makes-
where I was thinking.
Here's
Like,
the thing: if it
what
makes
the
sense,
fuck?
and the thing is, Tony's got Ring of Honor now, so he can spread this all out.
Oh, he can.
They don't all have to go to AEW. They can go to Ring of Honor.
Yeah, that's right.
That's true.
Why not go to the
As
failed
long as
promotion?
he makes it a competitor situation.
Hey, Mark, I
Right,
just
and
want to
that's
point
what it
out that
sounds
you're
like.
putting
He
a
wants it to be an independent group.
I
from
hope
AEW.
so because
you're
that would
putting
be
a
best.
sun deck on the back of your doghouse that you're in now, according to that.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
because I haven't said anything.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I
Oh,
need
no.
to- credit words. Wait, what? Hang on. My beautiful wife is on the thread, and apparently I'm getting in trouble because she's the one that told me that Martha looked like she was going to the Kentucky Derby, and now she's saying I told him that too. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's because
Just
there's a
agree
tape
with
delay,
everything.
but I was just
Oh,
letting you know that
she
by the
said
time you're
Fozzy
done,
should-
there's going to be a fucking swimming pool back there behind that doghouse.
Okay, she said Fozzy should perform with Jericho walking out, but I've said that too. That's a wash.
That's a wash. Okay. That's a wash. I'm still thinking doghouse, back deck, swimming pool. Can we go for a gun range?
I'm sleeping in the litter box when I get home. Oh, she was talking about the wedding too.
Yeah.
Stacy follows all these people on Instagram when they have their weddings and their babies and their animals and everything.
She's got all that extra stuff.
She
we
wept.
don't follow.
She wept when Alexa Bliss's pig
Stacy is
I do
our
too.
TMZ.
I'm not gonna lie. I do too.
died. It got me in the feels. I'm a big fan of Larry Steve. But
Terramana.
have you heard the Bowling for Soup song of Alexa Bliss?
Hey, speaking of.
Yes, sir, I have.
Speaking of.
Bowling for Soup coming to the Castle Theater in Bloomington, Illinois on July 5th. Sorry, just
with
knew that.
The Aquabats and
Less Than Jake.
Less Than Jake is still a thing?
Yes, but more importantly, and I don't remember the exact date, but I believe it's in September, Fozzy
Fozzy will be
is
at
coming to the
You're
Castle
drive-
Theater.
You're driving Dwayne there, right?
Yeah, that would be a
right
that'd
after
be
Taco Bell, brother.
My beautiful spouse says Alexa Bliss's wedding was the best out of all of them. Even Debbie Gibson was there.
Hey, she married Ryan
Wow.
fucking Cabrera all
But,
the way
but
down.
Stacy's got a point. Debbie Gibson was at her wedding.
What?
Oh God, Debbie Gibson. She is still fucking
Easy.
smoldering.
Can we get a hose from Marco in here?
Get a couple
Please?
hoes in here for me.
Please?
Bring me 4 hoes.
Debbie Gibson better than Tiffany.
Dwayne.
Oh yeah, and don't get me wrong. I love Tiffany. In fact, I got to meet her like a year ago in a private event I was at. Great girl, but Debbie
Sorry,
Gibson was my
Deborah
preferred.
Gibson. She goes by Deborah now.
I don't give a fuck what she goes by. She was my preferred of the two pop queens.
Yeah.
I liked her because I thought Debbie Gibson wrote solid songs.
Yeah.
And Tiffany performed, but Debbie
malls.
wrote some amazing songs.
Ain't none of them Dolly Parton.
Well, you're right
Rock
about
and Roll
that.
Hall of Famer Dolly Parton.
Yeah, rock and
Right?
roll queen.
Despite her best efforts, because credit to Dolly, she
She
tried
said, "Fuck
to,
this!
she
I
tried
don't
to say
belong
no,
here."
Yeah.
Yeah.
but they voted her anyway.
And she did come back
That was
after
the
that
press
happened. She said,
release.
"You know what, guys? You think I belong? I guess I belong."
Yep.
So that's cool. That's cool. Oh, by the way, Dwayne, we're still not talking about wrestling.
Well, Dwayne wanted to let everybody know that Alexa Bliss is growing on him. He's one of the few who it's taken this long.
You know what? If Alexa
Alexa's
Bliss,
probably my favorite female on the roster.
if she was a fungus, I'd let her grow all over me. Okay, I just want to be clear. That is one of the most gorgeous women. You guys know me, wrestling, whatever. But I actually know who the fuck she is because I saw her and went, "Oh my God, that girl's stunning."
Plus, she's good in the ring, good talker. You know,
I'm still a Bailey fan.
you're also a Cassie fan,
Oh, yeah,
but she's retired now.
I know.
Okay, I'm the only girl in here, and I'm a Rhea fan.
I like Rhea.
I
I,
love Rhea.
I like what they're doing with Rhea right now.
I do too.
Jim Cornette said biggest female wrestling star in 2 years. Give her 2 more years.
She will be.
I also, and I'm gonna jump on you. Montez Ford will be in the main event in 2 years.
Did you see him last night?
Oh, he was
Holy
great.
shit! It was all over Twitter.
Jacked.
Somebody literally posted a side picture of him and said he's already main event ready.
Yeah.
and that's all he needed. He looked like a string bean.
And I've been telling you that for weeks. He's gonna be in the main event.
He is the Jay to the silent Bob that is Angelo Dawkins. Okay.
Okay,
That man
I'm
in
just
a
gonna say
coat.
I can't stand Angela Dawkins.
My son loves it. Murray come down
man.
the
I
steps.
can't. Sorry.
Murray comes down and does the stir in the pot thing.
Right.
He's like, "Dad, look, Angelo Dawkins," and I'm like,
Oh, that's
"You
awesome.
literally," I
The
say, "You
Baker
literally
throws
the only
solo
person
cups
that
in the
likes
air.
him, Murray." So the 4-year-old in Muhammad, Illinois, likes Angelo
I'm
Dawkins.
not a big. I'm
The
not a big
4-year-old might have better vision.
Angela. How good were the Street Profits with the Miz last night on Raw?
I didn't watch Raw, so I don't know.
I didn't
I know
either.
you didn't say anything. So basically, the Miz interviewed the Street Profits. The Street Profits didn't let the Miz get a word in, and the Miz looks like he's gonna blow a gasket, which is great.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then at one point he does the hand up, but when he does it, Angelo high fives him, and that popped me. I was laughing my ass
Well, that's
off.
even better.
So then all the 24/7 people come out. They're fighting around the ring. They come in. Everybody's trying to get a pin. Every time they turn around, either one of the Street Profits will knock them out. I think Tozawa was trying to pin Dana, and then he turned around and Tez kicked him.
You know who else came out in that segment? He hasn't been eliminated from the Rumble yet.
I do. Future Royal Rumble winner Curtis Axel. Michael
Kurt
McGill.
Whenever they
still
decide,
in it?
yeah, Curtis is back.
Axelmania is still running wild.
Running wild.
Still running wild.
So I read. That's all I know about Raw. That and the fact that they relegated Apollo Crews to the 24/7.
Yeah, he showed up at the 24/7
chase.
scrum. That was
Apparently,
disappointing.
Murray is stirring
Wait.
it up right now.
Apollo
He is.
did.
Sorry.
Apollo, sir.
And he's
He was
24/7 now.
he was out there. They needed something. They needed to put him on TV somehow, I guess.
Well, yeah, because him and his big bodyguard have been replaced by Omos and MVP. So
Yeah.
they're the big Nigerian couple. we
Who
want.
I've heard almost is going to be playing Moses Hightower in the next Police Academy remake.
He does have that look. How is that a match, by the way? I saw Hell in the Cell, so they've only announced Raw matches.
It's Wrestling 101. It's the manager getting his comeuppance. in a
Lashley
handicap match.
against
almost
a
an MVP.
giant MVP who's a future Hall of Fame. It makes no sense.
It's
makes no
the same
sense.
formula that they used back when it'd be like Hogan against Big John Studd and Bobby Heenan.
I want to talk about Hell in the Cell.
Let's talk about Hell in a Cell.
I want to talk about Cody.
Wait, hang on. Is there
Do we
anything
have
else?
to?
Oh,
We
we
need to
take a break.
finish up. We need to finish up Double or Nothing. Then we're gonna
Oh,
take a
there's
break.
one match we forgot.
Let's talk about the main event.
Wait, can I tell what my favorite match was?
What is your favorite match?
Go Minderz. Man, this is like the most misogynistic, male-dominated
I know, I keep
motherfucker
trying
ever.
to talk.
We get
Everybody
carried
forgets I'm
away.
You
here.
were the guest.
Hang on,
I am.
Minderz. Hang on. Minderz, watch this. Watch this. You ready?
All right. Did you mute them both? That's great. All right. So my favorite match is probably going to make y'all mad, but I loved O'Reilly and Darby.
You know what?
That was my favorite match. But
I really
I'm
like that match.
I'm a wrestling purist. I enjoy. Would you turn them back on?
Why am I muted?
I was
Oh,
giving
there
you
we
a
go.
chance.
Yes, Marco, turn us back on.
Oh, baby.
Oh,
don't-
dear
it
Lord.
doesn't
Hang on,
take
hang on.
much.
Hang on,
Let me
hang
out
on,
of here.
hang on.
Oh,
More
jeez.
Terramana coming your way.
Stacey, help!
But no, that was a good match. Like I said, that was a great match.
That
but
was my favorite match of the
there
night.
was my only problem is there was no build for it.
The thing is, I would have been
They hurt
perfectly.
Sting. O'Reilly and they hurt the Stinger.
Yeah,
Fuck
but there was
Sting.
still no build to it. I get what he's saying, but
Sting needs to go away.
in my opinion, why? And I'm gonna get yelled at. And I know I'm gonna get yelled at, but I felt like the Owen Hart matches could have been on Dynamite.
Okay, here's what we're going to
You're
do.
not wrong.
Instead of yelling at you, we will give you an opportunity here.
Okay,
Hang on.
Another
before you
shot
do,
of Terramana or get yelled at? What do you
I'll
choose?
take another shot here.
While
I
you're
thought
taking a
you
shot,
would.
I'm gonna say this. I said that Martha could have done the trophy presentation on Dynamite. Like they could have opened the show with that.
No, fuck Dynamite. Put it on Rampage.
Nobody
Where you
watches
want-
Rampage.
Why nobody
They got
watches
300,000 viewers on.
That's what I was about
Rampage.
to say. Well, they keep fucking with the time, but if you
Well, it's
want
the
people to watch it,
It's the playoffs.
the thing is
Playoffs.
the play.
The what's?
So
The who's?
you know, for months,
How'd that happen?
For months, they put Punk on there, and they've moved him. So then after Punk, it was
How's
Hook.
Danhausen,
Danhausen. Did you hear Tony's rant about CM Punk the other day?
Shivani or Khan?
Con
No.
at the scrum. Oh,
I don't watch the scrum.
he
I
went
don't
in.
need to hear
No,
him run his mouth.
Tony dropped the F-bomb like 6 times. He's like, this fucking guy. And
he's gonna be
there's
so
a bunch
grounded.
of these memes where CM Punk's sitting there like a boy in the principal's office who got in trouble, and his mom's defending him for everything he's done. And Punk's like nodding his head, and he's like, this guy's the best. He makes all the money. You know, I think Bischoff said that he was a financial drain and all this. But
Yeah, I don't buy
Tony
that.
is.
I don't think he's the be-all, end-all in AEW. I'm going to call out my wife again. I don't know if she's still listening. When Martha came out for her speech and Tony was escorting her, she's
Give her
like,
the
"Oh,"
point.
and she looked at him and said, "Is that her son?"
Oh,
I'm like,
Stacey, I love you.
There are no more Caucasian Canadians than the Hart family, and God love Tony Khan. He does not fit that bill.
I love Tony. He's such an awkward guy, though, isn't he? He
Yeah.
comes out and he definitely.
Oh, yeah.
I think they've kind of
He
joked
was in
online
the
about
AEB club and
you know
chess team and all
about
that.
cocaine Tony, but he kind of has that like he's all over the place pointing and you know
He's like David Arquette.
yeah he's almost too much, and the hairdo, if he cut his hair,
He looks like he just rolled out of. He looks like Hook. He rolled out of bed.
does.
He does look like Hook.
He looks like a. I don't want to say swarthy because that could be considered
Hook
insensitive,
Conhausen. What's that?
But he needs a shave.
He ought to manage them.
No,
Hookenhausen.
no.
What?
Huckenhausen?
That's a German dish you had one time.
Huckenhausen. How are you doing tonight?
No,
Huckenhausen.
Tony needs a haircut and a shave, maybe some nicer clothes.
His dad dresses, got the
His dad's a
shoe,
classy-
shoe polish mustache.
His dad is a classy son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah, shot. Yeah. All right. Punk and Page.
All right, let's get into it.
Punk and Page.
Okay.
Punk world champion. Good call.
I'm okay
Yes.
with it. Biggest
I'm
name in the company.
They did it wrong.
I don't think they did it wrong.
Nah, Adam Page sucks on the mic. He's fine in the ring. He needs to be a heel. This should force him into being cowboy shit, man. He got to come out and bloody the shit out of Punk Wednesday night.
If Punk is going to be the world champion, number one, they should have done it in Chicago.
Why? Yeah. Okay.
Just, it's going to be guaranteed a huge pop. Number two, you know what I'm going to say about what they should have done at Double or Nothing.
Bring Okada out.
No.
Bring Kenta.
I do think that this is going to lead to Punk and Okada.
Well, that's why they put the belt on him.
Yeah. But what I think they should have done, they should have had one of two things. Either Punk wins the title and then lights go out. Tony special,
Yeah.
It always happens. Lights come back on and and I would say the hooded figure, somebody in a mask comes out.
The
is
higher
standing by
power?
him. Not the higher power.
Oh.
That was me, Austin. No. But no.
Black Scorpion.
Somebody nails Punk with implement of his choice, pipe, chair, what have you. Mask comes off. Who am I thinking?
Vince McMahon.
Boom, boom. Colt Cabana.
I was going to say Colt Cabana, but
This is a feud that will make money hand over fist.
Maybe
But
for independent sweethearts like you who love that
the
stuff.
story writes itself.
It does, but there's a lot of folks that don't have a fucking clue about that
And
drama.
that's why they tell the story. It's like
I gotta
Cabana
agree
could be
with
the
Mark.
heel. It's like,
The
how
thing
dare
is-
you come into my company and leapfrog me after you.
But do you do that
Took
when
me for
Punk
millions.
when Cabana hasn't been on TV in 5 months? He's literally done nothing. He
he's
carried
with the
the
Dark Order. What do you expect?
he carried the Dark Order's bags.
Exactly.
He's carrying Angel's Alan Five's back. He's literally a lackey to those guys.
He is
yeah,
a-
he shouldn't be in the main
He's
event.
He
the
should-
afterthought in the Dark Order.
The worst thing that could have happened to Colt Cabana, and this is going to sound fucking awful.
Boom,
The worst thing that ever happened to Colt Cabana was Brody Lee passing away.
Mm.
Because that had an end to the angle.
Well,
with
yeah, because they
Cabana.
were building something there
Yeah.
with those two.
But after Brody passed, they just kept Cabana in the Dark Order.
I'm okay with them building to that, but I think with Forbidden Door, they really should have ended it with somebody from New Japan.
They could
showing up.
have easily had Okada come out.
If not Okada, Kenta. Like I said, I know the Kenta story writes itself because of the
They
GTS.
go to sleep, yeah.
Um,
But I also heard Kenta doesn't want to work with Punk.
See, but he tweeted today that he says, I guess I'm not doing Forbidden Door now because Punk said he named 3 guys. Punk said Okada, Tanahashi, and I don't remember who the
Well,
other one.
Tanahashi's getting
Oh,
Moxley.
no. Ospreay was the other one.
Yeah, Tanahashi's getting Moxley. Ospreay wants to work with one of the homegrown guys. He wants to work with one of the young guys.
I like to see him and Lee Moriarty.
That'd be a fun
Ooh,
match.
That would be good.
Him and Phoenix.
Oh, yeah. Phoenix.
Or as I was listening to Cornette the other day, he called Pentagon and Phoenix Penthouse and Felix.
Yep.
I just laughed my ass off.
Murray happened to pick up a Pentagon action figure yesterday. I've never seen a 4-year-old so excited. Pentagon, Daddy. He's running around
Does
the
he do
Walmart
the
aisle.
Ceramato?
Pentagon. He's like, put the little 3 hands on him because it comes with multiple hands, and the other one's with the 3 fingers. He said, I want the 3-finger hand. I said, do you know what that's for? Yeah. So he says, okay. All right,
Oh,
Murray.
out of the mouths of babes.
Yes.
All right. So, final thoughts on Punk and the Hangman.
I slept halfway through it. I'm okay with him winning. He's the biggest name in the company.
Okay, Minderz?
I think Punk deserved it. I even told you Saturday night when you and I discussed it. I said if Punk doesn't win, there's going to be some sort of
Fuckery?
fuck. Yeah,
You
that
said
was my
fuckery.
words.
I
I
remember the
said
word.
fuckery.
And they could have done that again with New Japan building to a Chicago thing. I think everybody expected Punk to win.
They could have had Bullet Club screw Hangman over.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Where's Jay White at? There's so many opportunity. I get it.
You know what? Hangman and Switchblade at the pay-per-view
I'd be all right
would
with that. Yeah.
be A-okay with me.
Okay, can we talk about one match though? It wasn't my favorite by any means, but I know you and I discussed this on Saturday night, and you asked me who was going to win the tag team championships. And what did I tell you?
Oh, I have a
You
thought.
said the Jurassics were going to retain.
I did. I said
You called it.
Jurassic was going to
You've
retain.
done that twice now.
You are on the ball with the tag team title
unless
matches.
here's the thing, whenever they throw 3 teams into it, Jurassic's going to keep it until it's a one-on-one.
Yeah, I had Lee and Swerve.
You did.
I thought Christian was turning.
What the?
I did too.
Oh, look who's here. Hey,
Aw,
Murray.
look. Hi,
We
Murray.
have a
Murray is-
special guest.
For the
We have a
Hey,
special
Merman,
guest.
can
for
you hear me?
listeners, Murray is cursing me right now.
Curse us,
He's
man.
cursing us.
Hey!
There you go. There you go.
And there's Baker.
I will hold it. Can you curse
Oh.
them?
That's, yeah.
I
Oh.
can see.
We see you.
We're being
We see you, buddy.
cursed.
Baker man. Curse.
There you go.
Marco.
Murray's cursing everybody.
Mike
If you're
Nergolini-
listening, you're now being cursed. All right, Baker, curse us.
Can you
Baker,
curse them?
curse us.
Little
Give us your
Marcus.
curses,
He's so,
boys.
he's so
Do it.
confused.
I
It's not a
can
face test.
see. Nope,
Hang
you
on
don't
a
have to
minute.
see them. They
Let
see
me
you.
see. Let me fix this
Can you
shit.
curse
Poor
Hammer?
Bakes.
Here we go.
Oh, wait a minute, Bakes.
There we go. Hang on,
you see
hang
us?
on, hang on.
He's doing it.
I gotta. There. You can see me, right? I'm the only one you can see. Curse me. Come on. Ah, there you go.
But no,
The
good
Nargolini
job, guys.
boys have
Bye.
cursed this podcast.
Bye.
Nope, they're crying.
Bye,
Cut 'em
guys.
Bye,
Cut them
guys.
off. Get those children under control. Now you guys see why I come here every other day.
Now you have to look at me. Oh, you guys fucking hate this part.
I think we should take a 5-minute break to get this curse lifted,
let's do that.
and then we'll come back and
There we go.
We'll talk about Little Hell in the Cell. What do you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I guess.
I
We
have-
all sound thrilled.
No. I've got thoughts on Cody and Seth outside of that. I don't give a shit about the rest of the show. I hope it's not a red cell, but I bet it is.
It'll be.
I'm
hate
not
it.
100% sure I want to watch it.
Yeah. That's how
I'm
I feel about
terrible.
Monday Night Raw. That's why I missed
Right?
last night.
All right, we are back.
Headphones are on.
Did you miss us?
Nard's putting his cans on. Dwayne, by the way, saying the Street Profits stole the Rock's catchphrase last night. Come on, man.
You know what, Dwayne? It doesn't matter what you think.
Borrowed it.
Why is Jim Cornette staring at us?
I put him over there for a minute so I don't lose him.
Okay,
he
good.
keeps us in check.
He does.
So Mark, he makes sure Mark makes smart dialogue
Hey,
decisions.
we tend to agree on
Sure.
things. And by the way, I've met Jim Cornette 2 times. Prince of a guy.
Is he?
Great guy.
He seems like he is.
Can we call him Jimmy C from now on?
No,
No.
we can call him Corny.
Fuck.
He goes corny. Or
He goes
Jim
by
Cornette.
Corny.
The
Jimmy
Rock and Roll
C
Express always
sounded
called him
cool.
Jimmy Cornette.
Jimmy C sounded like he was in the mafia.
Jimmy the Racket Cornette.
Jimmy
That's
C.
That's his mafia name.
I have the bloody version of the Jim Cornette doll.
The white suit.
Yes, I do.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's what I.
When Paul
Got
Heyman
myself as
bludgeoned him with his phone.
Did you
Yep.
just call an action figure a doll?
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, don't come to
Sorry.
my house.
Oh, shit.
I won't come to your house.
I
But
think the
yes,
curse is
I
working.
Andrea Lynch
Right?
is listening. Hello, Andrea.
Hi, Andrea.
Yeah, she's been listening.
It just says Andrea Lynch is watching. So, hello, Andrea.
Somebody's
Former
watching
and
me.
future co-host.
You know what? Y'all were telling everybody else that they gotta pick who their favorite wrestler was, and you guys never did ask me.
Oh, you know what?
Oh, we didn't ask the.
You're right about that. You
We
know why?
failed that
Because
twice
we
now.
don't fucking want to right
All
this
right, well
second.
then fine. Don't.
You know what?
Give us a few more seconds.
Never mind.
Dwayne
know what?
called us out on that too.
Did he
Oh.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, Dwayne.
I think we should change our shtick. We should go to being the people that don't give a fuck what they think.
No, that doesn't fly in the.
All right,
podcast.
Menders, go now.
Okay.
Top
so,
3, go.
My top 3. Oh,
Top 3, go
sweet,
from
I
3 to
get
2 to 1.
This better be good.
Okay.
It better be really fucking good. Better be worth it. Wasted airtime that we just had having this conversation. Go.
Shut up, Marco.
Terramana.
So, growing up, Dad was a huge wrestling fan. He was a big Hulk Hogan fan. I actually have a postcard from Hulk Hogan
Hulk.
thanking me.
Narge. We breaking into somebody's house this week.
Yeah.
No, you're not. Thanking me
Not with those that
for
chihuahua in her house.
yeah, exactly. When Yokozuna broke his ribs,
Oh.
I sent
when
him.
Harvey set him on fire.
I sent him a get well soon card, and I got a postcard back in response.
That's really cool.
Were you saying get well soon from a wrestling injury or from the divorce court injury?
It was a wrestling injury because I was like 8. Okay.
You know, I got our buddy Dustin Danger, former sponsor
Yeah,
of
we
the
know
show.
Dustin, yeah.
When Earthquake squashed him on the Brother Love show, he sent a card in. When they had every episode, they'd have the address. Send your cards and letters
Yep.
to the Hulkster. I'm sure you did it.
No, I was too little. My parents, they were
I
like,
did.
Mike's watching that wrestling.
But
That
Dustin-
wrestling stuff.
But Dustin was an
Wrestling.
uber Hulkamania. This is back when we were like in 3rd or 4th grade. He had the Hulk Hogan jacket. Remember the
Oh,
big
yeah.
red and yellow
Like
and
the
white
chalk
jacket?
line thing, yeah?
Yeah.
I had the book bag.
So he was a big deal when we were kids because he had that. Because none of us ever got to get any cool merchandise.
I got a question for you two. That,
Mhm.
Well, I'll ask all 3 of you, actually,
Yeah,
because
let's
you're,
include Minderz.
you're a wrestling person. Well, I mean, we'll start with you, Narge. Your parents' perspective on your wrestling fandom as a youth. Like, under 16, you became a wrestling fan. How did your parents deal with that? Were they supportive? Were they negative?
So,
You know, did they give you a lot of shit? Or were they, like, right there buying merch and standing next to you? What was going on?
So it all started. My cousin across the way, his name was Steve, babysat me one night. He babysat every weekend. And I remember he rented a tape.
Right?
Happened to be WrestleMania 3.
So Steve was into half-naked men.
Yep.
Okay.
But I remember watching Hulk Hogan slam Andre the Giant. And I said, holy shit. And I was a
Right.
fan ever since. My folks got it. I mean, they bought me all the toys, everything. But the person who supported it the most was my grandfather.
Yeah.
Took me to my first show. He knew. He was like, oh, and he'd even call me in my 20s. He'd call and be like, hey, I turned on Raw last night. Did you see this, this, and this? And he wasn't a
Sweet.
huge fan, but if it was flipping through and it was on, he
Yeah.
would stop, watch it, and then would call me the next day to ask questions. They get it now. My mom actually asked earlier today. We've been doing this for a year, and she's like, "Oh, you got that podcast thing tonight, huh?" She's like, "You guys all get like actual wrestlers and guests on there?" Or I was like, "Yeah, we've had quite a few actually. I got merchandise, Mom."
And my mom just says, "You just do a lot of things, don't you?" That's it.
Oh, Mark.
But she did ask me. Saturday when we all got together. She said, "Did you guys stop and talk to Rick after the show?" And I was like, "No, we just went to a show, Mom."
Oh, Mr. Springfield.
Yes, Mr. Springthorpe. Springfield's his stage name.
Oh.
Minderz.
Who else knows that?
I do.
All right, top 3.
Dwayne didn't. Maybe he did. I don't know.
He might have.
probably
Even though he
did.
says he's a big fan, I bet. I don't know. Anyways,
Finish your
Minderz.
top 3 and then wrestling
Okay,
perspective.
Thank you.
So after that, when I actually got into it, let's talk Attitude Era. Area was Edge.
Okay,
Edge
so
was my
number 3 was Hulk.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Edge.
Number 2 is Edge.
As long as number 1 is not Macho Man, you can continue to sit there.
It's. I'm sorry, Redmond. It's not Macho Man.
Narge, we didn't have to
I
kick
was-
a
I
guest
was
out
getting
once.
concerned.
Finally,
But-
didn't have to kick a guest out.
So I'm
knew
going.
that,
I'm
by the
going in different sections.
What's that?
Obvious. I'm going in separate sections, obviously. So we had the early ones. We had Attitude Era.
Right on.
So my favorite right now is Ciampa.
Okay.
I like
Hopefully
Ciampa.
he gets used to.
He's being wasted.
He is
They
being
haven't figured out
wasted.
what
is
to
right
his
now.
last name Wamba?
No,
Yeah,
it's
that's his last
Tommaso
name.
Ciampa.
Now they
Oh.
literally have no idea what to do with him right now.
They don't. I really hope he joins Judgment Day.
I think he will.
I hope he does, because if he joins Judgment Day, I'm a happy camper at that point. Because then you have Tommaso Ciampa, Edge, and Rhea Ripley all in the same faction.
And
I'm
Damian
good.
Priest.
Exactly.
You know where Ciampa's going to end up? I'm going to tell you right now.
Don't say it.
Please
Tub
don't.
thumping.
He's going
Don't
to
you
chase
say it.
Tozawa around Cage
Ah.
with that green belt.
No.
That's what's coming.
No. I hope he
Yep.
doesn't.
No,
And I hate it because I love him too. I
think
do.
He's
Ciampa-
great.
Ciampa's tailor-made for that Judgment Day stuff.
I miss Ciampa with Psycho Killer.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Can you picture him in a black suit out there, just with that stare, that
And the beard.
1,000-yard stare, and the
There's
beard?
something about that. Never mind.
He's got
Easy.
that psychotic.
Were you
look.
about to go where no woman should go publicly?
We're about to
Okay,
go
good.
to show
No,
Amendola, Jason Momoa on us.
My smart aleckness was going to say, beard balded men, they're great, but and then I realized
Well, we
who I
are.
was sitting in the room with, and
I'm fortunate I still have hair, so I'm not great. I'm just average.
You're all right.
Okay,
I've
Menders.
heard that
But
about
those
you.
are my top 3. My dad was a big wrestling fan.
Your wife just didn't want to make you jealous, Narge. So those are your 3. That's great. Now, parental support or whatever of your wrestling fandom.
My dad, which
Yeah.
I lost about 20 years ago,
I'm sorry.
but he was a big wrestling fan.
Okay.
So
Did you get this from him?
I think I did.
Okay.
I seriously think I probably started watching about 86. I'm old.
Do you realize
oh wait,
I
I'm not
graduated?
as old as you, Marco.
We
I was gonna say, I graduated high school that year, fucker.
We are gentlemen, so we will not ask you your age.
We'll just
She's under mine
under hit.
Who is it?
age.
Let's
Under
not,
mine
let's
age.
not go there.
Who is
I
it?
said under mine age, not under me. There's a difference.
Thank goodness.
Fucking Christ, you and your entendres. Double and single.
Hey. I'll
But
go
my
triples.
dad was a big supporter. I remember going to actually Assembly Hall when it was Assembly Hall.
It's still Assembly
Still
Hall.
is.
Those
I
State
know,
Farm fuckers
I
can kiss
know.
my ass. Oh, by the way,
So-
State Farm, we do not need a sponsorship.
Well,
So, do you remember the Killer Bees?
I do.
Okay,
Yes.
so when the
Love the
Killer
Killer
Bees were at
Hatui,
Assembly
fuck
Hall,
them.
that was my surprise.
Wait, what?
My parents took me to the show that was with the Killer Bees.
Nice.
Ultimate Warrior.
Ugh.
I know, but dang it. I have to agree with Narge on part of this. That was just one of the things that happened when you were that age. You became an Ultimate Warriors fan. I had the poster.
Not
I can't
everybody
say.
did.
I understand.
Lie.
Menders.
You was shaking. You was
By a
shaking
show of
them
hands.
Bed sheets like
the
the
hand
rope.
on this side of the table agrees with Narge. The hand on this side of the table agrees with Redmond. But you have to say it into the mic, too. Is this a Hulk world or a macho world?
Now or when I was younger?
In general, your personal overall opinion.
Macho.
Okay, Narge, Minderz is no longer a guest.
Mendy's been hitting the bottle too much.
Now, wait, I have
Hey,
You
veto
guys
power
gave
here.
me too much tequila.
Yeah, we gave her two. That's exactly what I
That's
said.
what it is.
we
You
let
gave
her,
me too
we
much
let her have
tequila.
2 sips.
No.
Hang on.
Hey,
hold on a minute.
All
Here,
I'd like to
Minderz,
point out. Wait a minute.
drink till Hulk wins.
All I'd like to point out is Hulkamania is still running wild, and Macho Madness is well, you know.
I understand that.
Are you
And
are you
I
trying to make a
respect
bad joke
Hulk.
about it's hard to run in dirt?
But here's the thing. So y'all are giving me
Ran
crap.
right into a tree.
But Hulk Hogan was my number 3. So,
That's
and
true.
it wasn't Macho Man.
You playing favorites?
Yeah,
I'm
see?
not playing.
Splitting the difference. Who's the better one? Macho Man, but
Stacy,
you
I need help.
Oh.
You come to my
I
house.
have-
There's only one answer.
Sid Vicious.
By the way, Dwayne apparently knew that Rick Springfield's last name is Springthorpe.
He says that, but come on. Can we really
I believe it. I bet Dwayne has a larger poster of this back here.
Dwayne wants to know, Mindy, was that the show with
his is
Ultimate Warrior
cloudier.
against The Undertaker?
What was that? I'm sorry.
Dwayne is asking if that was the show with the Ultimate Warrior versus The Undertaker.
That was early 90s.
It wouldn't have been with the Killer
Bees.
no,
I
it
was
wasn't
at
that one.
one,
It was
Dwayne.
it was
We're
probably
thinking
80,
87 or 88. if the
87,
Killer Bees were
88.
there,
Yeah.
Dwayne's talking 90, 91.
And actually,
which is very weird for Dwayne.
Yes.
Well, no. 9091 is still in the. It's kind of like star signs, right? Like Leos and shit. You're on the cusp. He was on the cusp of the 80s.
That's where he was holding on. He was still like, "Fuck these
He's
Nirvana
like one
guys."
fingernail hanging onto the edge of the cliff, going, "Don't let the 80s go."
Hey, Floyd Fisher, I'm sorry, I guess I missed you on Saturday.
There you go,
He
Floyd.
says he was a fan of the Warrior while he was still in Texas as the Dingo Warrior. By the time he got to the WWF, he was less of a fan.
How did you miss Floyd Fisher?
don't
well,
know.
here's
I'm
the thing. I'm
ashamed.
pretty sure we had the discussion earlier before you got here. Floyd Fisher told me to tell the Pain Train.
That's me.
Hello.
Oh, so now you know who the fuck it was.
We did deductive
Hey,
reasoning.
Floyd,
I'm
I'm
sorry,
gonna out
Floyd.
Minderz right now. She literally walked in today and goes, some dude, and I can't fucking remember who,
Floyd,
said,
you will
say hi to
forgive
the
me.
Pain Train.
Floyd's
Floyd,
the man.
I know you'll forgive me.
Floyd's the man. He's literally the first person I remember being like,
He
I'm
was
a
wearing
fan
a-
of yours. Like, I was like, oh shit, I have one of those.
he wore a filigree.
Nards, weren't you a little larger? That'd have been 3 of those then,
Floyd,
wouldn't
I
it?
was a bigger boy.
I'm gonna say this, Floyd. On June 25th, I'm planning on being at the 01 show. Come find me, man. I'll have the jump in the rail gear on.
All right, Mark.
Just come say hey, and we'll hang out.
Well, I'll make sure that you guys
All
get
right.
in touch.
He will
I'll
be
make sure.
bearded evil.
Because I know who it
Floyd,
is
I still
now.
have stuff for you that I have not forgotten about you.
Yeah, Floyd will wear it
merchandise.
proudly. Maybe we can get Floyd to wear it to his daytime job. He can influence a lot
He's
of
actually one of the few people that
youngsters.
has Nards. He's actually one of the few people that has a Central Illinois Pro Wrestling Club shirt.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
he
have
won
one.
the first Royal Rumble contest we
That's
had.
right.
I heard about a day job, and he's one of the few people. I'm like, what? One of the few people has a day job too? What the fuck's this
Hey,
about?
now, yeah,
Floyd will
taking
not be
shots
there.
at us.
That's-
No, but I will say
Floyd
this.
will catch up with you sometime, man.
Floyd will not be there. He'll be coaching
Coaching
softball in Mizzou.
That's a good reason to not be there.
So
here's
I-
to a winning.
Hey, quit cutting
excursion.
Mindy off.
It's
I'm sorry.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm used
Terrible.
to it at this
So
point.
Minderz, going back, Dad was a big guy. Blah blah.
Dad
but
was
what
a
about
huge-
Mom? Because I mean, Mom was the last 20 years at least.
Mom just deals with it.
She's not into it.
Okay. She's probably a lot like Stacy, in all honesty.
Uh-huh.
And I love Stacy. You know I love Stacy. But she'll call.
like where this is
Stacy
going.
is listening.
I know she is.
Okay.
But Stacy calls people out. My mom calls people out. It's great. She'll be watching it with me, and she'll be like, "Really? They can't do that."
Yeah, she call him on her bullshit. Yeah.
She does. She
all
calls
right. All
them
right.
on their
Cool.
bullshit.
Cool.
But here's the thing. So SmackDown.
Mhm.
I was at the SmackDown that Randy Orton made his television debut.
I was there too.
Were you really?
I was there.
I was there too.
Wrestled Bob Holly.
Yes, he did. And the Kurt Angle shirt made its debut.
Yes, the
That
You Suck
You
shirt made its
Suck
debut.
shirt, because that was when Edge was feuding with Angle. It was
and
great.
Narge, you'll get a kick. I bought a Hulkamania shirt that day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Actually,
I did.
I had a Hulkamania Running Wild sign that night.
I see.
I remember that show very vividly because it was Triple H and Jericho in the main
Yes,
event.
it was.
Where
It
was
was
All
a
this
great
at?
time.
Where was this
I
at?
enjoyed
Peoria.
Peoria.
At the Civic Center.
I
It was
was
Civic Center.
the one Peoria is Peoria or Springfield. The only one I was at is where Great Khali debuted.
I'm
No.
sorry.
But I've had
Well
some
then.
other. I was in Indy.
You know my opinion of Giants.
I was in Indy the night Mysterio jumped off the cage. I
Right.
think that was his debut.
Yep.
I was there. Hogan did something shit that night. I don't remember what he did. He ran wild, brother.
Yeah, I'm
He
sure.
always does.
Got himself over.
I've been to some good big moments. We've talked about that before. Though. I was the night the Shield fell apart.
Yeah,
It was
you were
in
telling
Indy.
me that. McAfee was in the
Mac- he
next
was
to
right
you.
next to us. I said, "Who the fuck's this guy?"
I-
Everybody was like,
Apparently, he was more important than anybody
I
we
was
thought he
looking
was.
for Trent, or who was the running back at the time?
Terrence Gore,
No,
Edgerrin James.
nope.
Uh,
He was literally in Indy
For
for, a
which
cup of
team?
coffee.
Eric Dickerson. Joseph Adai.
He had the dreads, Indy running back.
Joseph Adai.
Nope.
Trent
All right.
Richardson.
All right.
Yes,
Well,
Trent Richardson. Boom, nailed it.
There we go.
He was there,
I
but he
was-
wasn't sitting with the rest of the team. He was sitting
Hey,
behind
AJ.
Lawler and
You want to get on TV?
I was at Indy.
Hello, Michelle.
Michelle.
We have
Oh, hello,
two-
Michelle.
Michelle and AJ jumped in
Ah,
real quick
AJ.
before he takes his PT
Wait,
test.
is that my Michelle?
That's Michelle.
That's Michelle
that's
Denise.
my
That's
Michelle.
yes. And AJ before
Joe's
he takes his
roommate,
PT
Michelle.
test.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Our,
So we're up to Mr. Redman.
Okay. So what do you wanna know?
Parental support or laughter or in between. How's that been for you in your life?
My mother had resigned acceptance of my fandom. Like she didn't watch it, but she was a big fan of Ravishing Rick Rude.
So it was. Well,
Why doesn't that surprise
So
you?
it was one of those.
There was-
Well, I mean, he could be doing crack.
I'll tell this one story. My brother, he's going to be listening to this on the podcast, so he'll laugh. We were watching the tape of the 1990 SummerSlam. It was Warrior and Rude in the cage.
I love that one. Yeah.
Rude's bat out of the ring. Warrior grabs his trunks, pulls his ass out.
Bare ass.
I swear my mom rewound that tape 4 or 5 times.
So your mom likes wrestling ass,
She likes Rick
just
Rude.
not like the rest of the wrestling.
So she rewound it 4 or 5 times. Mark and his brother rewound it about
25,
10 times.
yeah.
No,
That's
I
why
rewound
it,
it.
then they were
I
questioning
rewound
him.
it to the Hart Foundation demolition match. But
Yes,
anyway,
AJ,
so my
Trent
mom had
Richardson,
resigned.
thank
My
you.
dad fucking hates wrestling, everything
Oh
about it.
yeah. So today
He told us when we were 6 years old it was fake. My brother thought he told him there was no Santa Claus. He didn't.
So today,
uh-huh.
today you're doing a podcast. I'm sure they're aware.
Yeah.
Or do you hide that?
No, they know.
And what do they think?
My dad wonders where I've gone wrong in my life.
Okay.
That I'm talking about wrestling. On a
Did you
weekly
tell him, hey,
basis.
Dad, I wasn't doing crack?
Oh, he knows that. He can see my belly.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, whenever your parent says
Isn't
you're
cocaine
doing
an
something
appetite
that
suppressant?
disappoints me, remind me I could do worse.
No, they know I could do worse because I've done worse.
So here's the thing, though.
I could
So-
be Putin.
So our parents can question us all they want, but I'm sure your dad probably likes some shit that you don't. My dad
not a-
likes
Oh, yeah.
drag racing.
So
I
does
could
my dad.
care less to watch
My dad
cars.
does. I don't mind drag racing.
You
I don't-
just
I
wonder,
don't watch
people
it,
into
though.
drag racing, is that the best 12 seconds of their life every time?
And he knows that. And it drove him nuts as a kid that I didn't get into it. My sister loves it. So
Right.
he got that out of her. For me, I was like, when do they get out of their cars and beat the shit out of each other? That's
There
what
you go.
My
I mean,
dad-
that's
my
they
dad's
invented
a
a
big-
whole sport called hockey around that.
Yeah.
See, my dad's a big car guy. He drag races. He has an old car that he built. He fixes up and he takes it racing and everything. So he watches on TV. I didn't ever watch it, and I love cars, but I don't know the first thing about fixing them up or racing them or anything.
Don't make it too weak, Minderz.
But
It's not.
so yeah, so there's that, and he'll watch drag racing on the TV when I was in high school, and I'd go in the other room and I'd put on whatever tapes I was watching, movies or concerts or
WCW
wrestling.
Saturday night.
It was usually like by that point it was probably Thunder.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
you young
probably.
people,
I didn't know watch
tapes,
Thunder.
tapes are what us old people had to
Yeah.
use for everything. Video, audio,
From the
All
time
of it.
evidence.
for the first 4 or 5 years of Monday Night Raw, I had my Mondays free to watch it on the big TV because my dad would go to his friend's house and watch football.
I
But
went to
then
my
during the off
aunt's.
season, it wouldn't happen. Then eventually, it got to be where I would go to Dustin.
Went to your friend's house.
Yeah, and Dustin and his brother were watching.
We
I'd go and
watch
watch it there.
wrestling here.
I
And
went
then-
to my aunt's
And I
house
borrowed
to
all
watch
of
Raw.
his tapes
She had
that he had
cable.
of all the pay per views that they would record over the years, and I'd take them home and I'd watch them. And
I may still have them, but I don't think so. But I don't know so because I have to go through a lot of shit. But I bought a box set one time, and we're talking probably 20 years ago, of videotapes of every WrestleMania ever. It was like this box set of like
I've got
15
that. I
or
bought the
20.
There's
DVD set.
13 of them. I've got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I bought the DVD, the WrestleMania anthology
I got
from like
that too.
2005. It was like the first 21 WrestleManias.
But I have the box you're talking about.
I
It's a
still have that
VHS
somewhere.
box.
Big gray box
It's
I
this
may be
big,
selling
yeah.
that
Yeah.
sometime.
13 tapes.
with a WW on
Yeah.
red. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't know if I still have it because like interest and all that, but I bought it so AJ could watch it.
Yeah, that anthology was like $150, and I spent it even though I didn't have it at the Best Buy just because I wanted it.
You did the Mania one?
Yeah.
I did the Rumble one.
I do have the Rumble. I didn't get the set. I got them separately,
Yeah, I got the set.
and then I got the SummerSlam set later on.
Yeah.
All right. Can I ask you guys something?
Please.
All right. So, out of the top 4,
The coffee makes me need tequila, Marco.
Marco, they need tequila.
Oh shit!
Top 4.
I want to know, do you prefer out of the top 4, we'll say pay-per-views. I know they're premium shows now.
The big four.
The
What's
big
our
4.
Favorite?
What's your favorite?
Rumble.
See, my favorite for years was the Survivor Series,
Oh, back in the day,
Back
yeah.
in the day.
Back in the day, I would have said
but now
Survivor
I got to go
Series.
SummerSlam.
No. See, no.
No.
I know.
I'll
I
agree with you.
agree with you. Survivor Series early on with the mixed team, that was fun.
Great.
But I'm a Rumble guy. Once they started getting the surprises and doing more, but that has led to a lot of disappointment. So-
Yeah, I'm usually not surprised by the Rumble, but SummerSlam is usually a good show.
It's
like,
the more athletic endeavor between that and Mania, I feel like.
And there
Mania,
was-
they try to fit the Hollywood bullshit. And
there was a long time where perennially SummerSlam was the best pay-per-view of the year, like between like 2000 and 2010.
No. I see what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
At least somebody is.
I try.
She hears you.
I
She
hear you.
sees you. Like a counselor, she understands. But now she's going to tell you how fucking wrong you are.
That's because that's what I'm good at.
That's it.
Please.
No, I understand where you're coming from. But Survivor Series for me, if we would go back to what it was with the 5-on-5 or 4-on-4, 5-on-5,
5-on-5.
whatever
I
they
like the
used to do.
5-on-5.
Yeah.
I missed the tag team match. It was like 10 on 10.
I do too. And that's the part that I miss about Survivor Series. I'm sick and tired of this brand split or whatever.
I think they're done with that. Though.
I hope so.
Didn't
I
we just
hope so.
Did we discuss this on the last episode,
We sure did.
or
Well,
did we
They listened to the show.
segue after
so
that?
that was
I
my-
I don't
listened to
ever
the
listen.
show, I'm
I never
sorry.
listen.
That was Narja's idea. I agreed with it.
Yes, yes. I mean, I think we just discussed this whole idea. The brand split's over, and I think everybody's happy.
We're cutting Minderz
But
off again.
That's okay. I'm used to it. But I mean, I just feel like that's going to be what it is. But the thing is do they have right now? I don't feel like WWE has enough people to really fill 2 rosters.
That's because all of them are on AEW's
You're
roster.
right, and that's the problem.
Well, no, they're just all getting released. They're not all in
well,
AEW.
that too.
Well, I mean,
They're
Tony's
all-
being smart and only picking up the ones
But-
worth of shit.
But
Speaking of-
WWE does have enough people. They waste 20 of them running around the arena chasing a fucking
24
fake belt.
It's not a fake. Don't say fake. That's a bad
I
word.
hate.
Here.
No, I hate that belt.
That's a bad belt. But yeah.
It's a terrible belt.
But we
Oh,
don't say
do you
fake.
mean the belt
It's a
made
Rudy
of
Poo belt.
pleather?
the
Rudy Poo
24.
belt.
It's made of pleather?
Belt.
No, it's an
don't.
actual
Real
belt, but it's
legitimate
just-
belt, but they literally
They
use
kind of
it.
half-assed the creation of it.
Yeah, it's
very
defended 24
bland.
hours a day, 7 days a week, and the people they shoehorn into
It's
that
the
are the
Benny Hill
guys they
belt.
don't use. It's literally
Right.
all the afterthought
It's
wrestlers.
The 24/7 belt?
It's the Keystone Cops Benny Hill.
Why don't we,
Championship.
when they come to Champagne, why don't we mug somebody and we'll hold that belt for a minute? We'll
I-
be the
let's
winner.
find-
You wear a
Dana.
referee shirt, I'll roll somebody up.
That's it. Narge will pain train him to death.
I suggest this at every live show me and Mark go to when we pull up and somebody's carrying one of their belts outside.
I hate
I
that.
said we ought to get out of the car and beat their ass and take it. I mean, if you work at the show, it's on the line, brother.
Right.
Yeah, I don't. The only
why I
time
don't
I'll
take
take a
mine.
belt anywhere is if I need it autographed.
Right.
But I refuse to take it into the
Yep.
arena. Who'd
was
you
like,
beat?
look,
You're looking for a challenge, aren't
Look
you?
at what I blew my money on. I didn't beat anybody for this. You know? I'm sorry. We cut you off again.
No,
continue.
it's fine. No, you're good. Go ahead.
But the brand split, real quick, so we can get to Hell in the Cell here.
Right.
So from what I read, it's not necessarily over, but people are free to prance around. So we only have one world champion
And one tag team
and one
champion.
tag team champion.
They need to do that. The women's champion.
Well, and they're already talking about, do we need 2 world titles? No, we don't need 2 world titles. You need one. That's how you built. That's how Hulk Hogan got built. That's how Bret Hart got built. That's how Shawn Michaels got built. You need one champion,
That's how Hulk Hogan killed the business.
not 2. Hey, brother, listen here.
So
Uh-oh.
hang on a minute, no. But we did talk about AEW earlier, and we from you, Mark, on the other side of the table here, heard something about, well, they have Ring of Honor. Wouldn't having Ring of Honor and AEW be 2 separate entities kind of like splitting the
That's
shit?
what they're going to do.
That's what they
And
That's the
so,
plan.
They've got
so
too
we're
many
sitting
people.
here. So hang on a minute.
But here's
So we're
the thing,
sitting
I
here
think-
talking about the WWE fucked up by doing that. We're so glad they're undoing it, but we're also gleeful that the AEW is about to do it.
Go ahead, Mark.
Well,
we're all on the same
The
page.
thing with AEW, with Ring of Honor, they're going to be running that as a separate company. It's not going to be like AEW
Okay.
guys going to Ring of Honor.
It won't be.
So-
Yeah, it won't be like
so-
the Friday
so-
show's Ring of Honor. It'll be this is Ring of Honor.
This
Ring
Okay,
of
is
so
Honor.
you
They'll
have
have their own
so you
TV,
have,
their own
so you have
pay-per-views.
WWE, right, and
Raw, yeah.
WWE,
SmackDown. Yeah.
and then you have AEWA, which will be called AEW, and AEWB, which will be called ROH.
Nope.
No.
No.
Nope.
No, because WWE, Raw, and SmackDown intertwine on the pay-per-views. They intertwine on the website.
So if
he's
he'd
literally
have
gonna
kept
set-
them entirely separate as totally different entities,
I think the
and not
plan is-
intermingled, that would have been better.
There mi-
Yes.
There
And
might
that's
be
what
some.
you think AEW
just another option.
They might
Yeah.
have some
Okay.
attraction matches here and there with AEW people going to Ring of Honor, or vice
Which
versa.
Tony's known for the Forbidden Door thing, so people
But
are gonna.
by and large, it's going to be a separate entity with their own pay-per-views. Their
I
own
hope
TV.
they keep it
I'm
separate.
just
own
I'm trying to
rosters,
figure
so.
out how what AEW is about to do, and you seem to be supporting, is any different what WWE, because let's be honest here, okay? The letters WWE in front of the brand,
Sure.
right? Raw or whatever, those letters don't fucking matter.
So
the brands
WWE
do.
tried this a few years back
Right.
with ECW. They
Okay.
tried to separate it totally, put it on a totally different channel, had their own roster.
Coulda worked.
And then after about a month and a half or 2 months, they decided, Vince has attention deficit disorder.
Yes.
Vince is stubborn.
And Vince says, well, I need the Big Show, and I need Kurt, and I need all these fucking guys that ECW
Right.
fans don't want.
He thinks nobody cares about the ECW guys.
Correct.
We need WWE guys.
Where
So,
Tony understands, I think, the concept of Ring of
I
Honor.
think so. Yeah, he's an old school Ring of Honor fan,
Yeah.
so he gets it.
He's going to totally separate this. He's going to have his AEW guys. You're going to have your Omega and your Punks. Or Ring of Honor. I think you're going to have your Joes. Maybe Danielson at some point.
I don't think Punk's
You got
going to Ring of
FTR
Honor.
and ROH.
I think FTR should go to ROH.
I think so.
I think they should stay
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
They're
I'd be
built
with
for that.
Yeah,
They
they're-
are.
Yeah, I just wish the Briscoes hadn't signed with Impact. They could go back to Ring of Honor, but
Yeah.
I don't think Warner Media will let them.
Well,
I
and it
don't
really
either,
depends on
and that's
how-
the terrible part.
How long the contract is. I mean, look at Gallows and Anderson. Their contract's coming up.
I think it might be. Yeah, it's close because they're working New Japan now.
And that's where they should be.
It really is.
Yeah.
So that's where they.
That's where they got famous. That's
Yes.
where they're most popular.
You know, like we said, everybody says, "Oh, go to AEW."
Everybody says AEW.
For what? A couple of weeks, you're doing the Bullet Club thing, like
you
kind
go
of
to-
like they did with Balor or AJ or
Yeah.
whatever. And
Then
then
you're on Dark.
Then you
That's
forget
what they're
about
still
it. Yeah.
doing, but
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's where we stand. We're kind of on the same page with that.
So we're talking about the brand split. Who would you pick as the women's champion on WWE then?
Bianca. I wouldn't have Ronda as it. I mean, Ronda for name value, yeah, but
Is there
Bianca's-
really a name value
How
left though? Is
do
there really a
we-
name value
people,
left?
people know Ronda. That's the thing.
But is there really a name value left? Does anybody still respect her?
I think she's
Oh,
more
yeah.
WWE
I think she's
person
more
now.
respected than you think.
Yeah, she brought
Oh, yeah. No,
she brought a ton of UFC people.
I missed her when she left. So let's put. And I don't even care about the women's division, but she left, and I missed Ronda. I mean, I always.
I
we
missed
talk about it
Ronda
all
till
the
she
time.
opened her mouth when she came back.
She doesn't. She needs a mouthpiece. I think they put her with
She
Paul
does.
Heyman. You know.
Dan
You need somebody else should speak for her. You mean?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
needs a manager. Or
She
agent,
needs
advocate.
something because right now I'm not impressed with
I like the
Ronda.
Bianca.
Could
call.
we all agree though? Alexa Bliss should be the next champion.
She needs
That way,
to be doing
Bowling
that.
for Soup could do it in the ring, and we could just like, yeah.
She's been back for about 3 weeks, and they've kind of been putting her through her paces a little bit. They had
Right.
her with Dewdrop and Nikki, and I think
They're
Sonya.
warming her
So
up
they're
to see
warming
if
her
she's
up.
still into it.
And she's still into it, definitely, because she said it on social
They're
media.
just trying to figure out what they
They're
want to do with
yeah.
her.
Right.
Which is a WWE problem. They come back. I'm not sure what we want to
Yeah,
do.
but
with you.
she's
Right.
she's probably the most outside of Ronda Rousey who has the UFC pull behind her, like a real athlete name behind her. Alexa Bliss is probably the biggest female name they have coming just in general.
I-
I'm
Charlotte
gonna
Flair.
disagree.
Charlotte Flair. Yeah.
Really?
Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte
Oh yeah, no,
Flair.
Charlotte, but nobody
And
nobody
Becky.
fucking likes her.
But here's the thing though, there's Natty too.
There is Natty. I think Natty's
Is
happy
she
doing the
light?
thing with the young.
Natty
very
is,
light.
Natty's been
she
there
is
longer than
very
anybody.
light.
They should call her Natty Light.
But
The thing with
Jiminy
Alexa is
Christmas.
the stop and go pushes that she's had over the years. Alexa would be
Annoying.
boom, 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 then hurt, you're out. Boom, 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 boom.
She's
We're
got
gonna change your
she's got a
gimmick.
history of concussions, so,
So
that's kind of
she's-
a red flag.
She's had a lot of stop and go stuff.
Okay.
Where I agree with you. There's Charlotte, Bianca, Becky,
Bailey.
Once Bailey comes back, who's my favorite.
What? Yeah.
Well,
Bailey had some fucking steam going. And
they saw the value in Alexa by the fact that when she couldn't work because of concussions, or whatever, they had her on TV every week doing the Lily stuff,
Yeah, which
and
I
doing-
hated. I missed.
I was okay
Goddess.
with it, but I liked OG Alexa better.
Yeah, that's what they got. They got us. That's the one.
If you hear a dog barking in the background, that's because my usual assistant production manager is not here, so the dog is running loose, and apparently he sees something he either wants to fuck or fight.
No.
Or both.
Or he thinks he's
Or
trying to
both.
protect me.
He's in a totally different room.
Is he? Okay.
You're unprotected.
Dwayne.
Damn it.
Dwayne is on the ball as always. ROH started out as a completely different company. No
Well,
kidding.
yeah.
Come on, Dwayne.
Thanks,
Bum,
Dwayne.
ba-da-dum-dum-dum.
He also says he wants to see Lacey Evans get a title run. I wouldn't hate it.
I wouldn't hate it.
I mean, they got to clearly define what she's doing before they do. I mean,
Title run or
people are saying she's
title?
title.
Tight.
They want to.
He said title run.
He wants to see her as a champion, but they got to decide if she's going to be a babyface or a heel.
Well, and I think Lacey would. She could do either. She really could, but right now they're pushing her so much as a babyface that you're stuck with it.
Yeah, and I like what they're doing with her as a babyface, but what she's doing could also very easily translate as a heel.
She was a better heel.
She's a great heel. Yeah.
She is a great heel.
Andrea says, I like Natty, but I feel like she's holding on way too long. I don't agree with that. She's still
I
got
don't
it in the
either.
ring.
She's the boat.
She's invaluable working with the young talent. That's why I think she was in NXT for a few weeks working with Cora Jade and all those guys.
I agree with that.
But yeah, she's one you want to hang on to.
Cora Jade is actually really good.
She is.
I'm leaning to where I kind of enjoy watching all that.
I saw a lot of her at GCW. She's actually
Blake Christian.
Blake Christian's girlfriend.
Yeah. I'll tell you who I like. She's in NXT right now. Roxanne Perez.
Nikita Lyons.
She's okay. But Roxanne Perez was
love
Roxy in
her.
Ring of Honor. She was their world champion before they went on their hiatus. And she's got everything. She's young. She's got a lot of talent. And they're actually seem like they're doing something with her.
Yeah.
Because they got her working with Mandy on TV. And
She's no
you know,
Nikita Lyons.
I'm the jury's out with Nikita Lyons.
I'm ready for the divas again.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Don't say
Wait, so you just said Blake Christian, right?
Yes.
Did you hear he screwed up?
He hurt Cardona?
Yeah,
Cardona's
he
I heard
hurt
torn
Cardona.
bicep.
Yep.
Torn bicep. Yes,
It's
that's
torn.
surgery.
I don't necessarily know it was his fault, but it's happened.
Have you seen it?
I hadn't seen the match. I know, but Blake is an
Have you seen
incredible
what happened?
talent. I'll have to look
Yeah.
at it. My television app that I used did not have the GC dub
Hold
this
on.
weekend, but
I got it.
So, just quick final thoughts before we move on to our top 10. For Hell in a Cell, main event's got to be Cody and Seth.
Well,
my only
duh.
thought on that, I could care less about the rest of the show, but that
Mhm.
this should be the rubber match, but it's not. Cody's 2-0.
2-0, yeah.
Makes no sense.
But
So-
Seth
so-
has made it personal, though.
I understand that. So Cody wins, and then what happens? Rollins has lost 3 times. You're not going to.
I just want to be clear. Cody won't win.
But Cody,
I mean,
Cody's the name they're pushing. Cody's the Roman of Raw.
Seth is
it's
not
okay
hurt
if
by
he
losses.
loses and then he goes through some personal debilitating experience. Then he has another match and he's off again. Then he comes back after Seth and he beats Seth.
That's not the WWE formula.
Seth, the thing is, Seth is not
Or
hurt by
WWE, sorry.
Seth
Well,
is
let's
not
hope
hurt by a loss.
let's hope it works better.
He's not
Seth-
hurt by a loss, but I don't think it's clean.
It won't be clean. It's Hell in a Cell. It's going to
It's
be no
Hell in a
DQ.
Cell. How can it not be?
I think Cody wins, and I think they do something to build Cody to another feud like that night. Somebody comes and jumps him.
Roman Reigns.
But let me ask
Not
this.
Roman. I think it's
Nope.
too early for Roman.
But if they do this,
Theory?
If they let
they're
Cody
building Roman
win-
at SummerSlam,
if they let Cody win and beat Seth, to me, I don't know, but I'd be like, well, Seth's done. He's over.
No.
Because now they've just literally kicked him a little more. And now he's like, so now he has to go around the circuit to build himself back up because he's already proven he can't beat the guy that's winning.
I disagree with that.
he's good in the ring. I see your point because that's where I'm coming from is you're gonna take Seth, who's one of the main event guys, and he's great personality wise in the ring.
Right.
But you've literally lost to the new toy three
Three
times in a
times.
row.
Is he the new toy? He was there before.
Hey, nobody give a shit about him before. He literally built his name after he left.
Yeah, he's
Right.
still the new toy.
Is there shame in losing to Cody Rhodes?
There's no shame in losing to that.
There
no,
you go.
That's the way WWE's built. It's just
Was
But
there?
it's Seth.
they will have to get creative with Seth going forward. Does he keep the weird gimmick he's doing, or
Did
does
Brock
he go
get
on
hurt
some
when he
sort
lost
of?
to Roman at WrestleMania?
No, I get what you're saying.
Okay.
For me, and you guys say
Did
no.
he lose 3 times
At least.
in a row?
Well, I think like the last 3 times they wrestled, yeah.
And what's he doing now?
Waiting to come back.
Waiting to come back.
And
That's
when he
kind of
comes
what I'm
back,
talking
he
about
will-
with Seth.
And when he comes back, he will be the top guy again.
But
That
to
could have happened
come
any
back,
game, Indy.
he probably
I
has
know,
to do
but
some
that's what it
warm ups. He
No.
has to do some spots.
Brock
he has
doesn't
to
do
do
spots in
something.
the warm-ups. He's going to come in. Vince is going to put him in the main event right as soon as he walks through the front door.
That's the only.
So in other words, we're saying nepotism is more important than a good story.
No, name value is more important than a good story.
That's nepotism in this
That's not-
case.
nepotism is family. I mean, Shane McMahon
yeah.
would be in the main
It-
event.
He considers him a son.
No, he doesn't.
That's why he pushes him up front first.
Vince sees Brock as a meal ticket.
he is.
And I say that in the best way possible.
I
Right on.
I don't mean that in a bad
I mean,
way.
but that's really the only thing I'm interested in Sunday is to
Yeah.
see how that goes.
I think
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
I would just want to throw an idea out. You said too early for Roman.
Right.
Okay. Cody's the biggest baby face. Who is the biggest heel on Monday Night Raw? He's
Edge.
got to get. Yep. That's
Cody
where
and
we're
Edge. I'd be down for a Cody and Edge.
Cody wants to be that big baby. He wants to be the white meat baby face. Then you
Cody-
have to take that group on.
Cody has the Bullet Club ties with AJ and Finn. You
Yep.
know,
But I don't
So-
think it's going to happen.
Are Seth
don't either,
Rollins
but I
and
like
Roman Reigns?
That's what should happen.
Friends,
I don't
or
think
whatever
it's
you
going
call
to
it.
happen.
they were in the Shield together. They're
So
buddies.
if
they're not allies
Cody-
on TV,
so you think Cody will win?
I think Cody will win.
But they're both
Against
heels,
Seth.
so I mean they could
They could.
But
essentially.
what if Cody is beating the shit out of Seth, and Roman jumps in the middle to undo that problem.
Roman won't.
Nah.
I mean, would that be an
Roman-
event?
Roman's
won't.
character is very one-sided. He's all about
Yeah,
Roman.
he's
in the
all about
Usos.
Roman.
And he has nothing planned for
And
the
they-
cell, right?
No, he's not booked.
He's out.
He's not booked.
He's not booked.
Right now,
No,
it's
I'm not
all
booked
raw.
tonight. He's like
It's
Dennis
all
Stamp.
raw.
They
It's all raw.
they
It
could
is all
very
raw.
they could very easily
So I
use
like it.
Rollins losing to
Jiminy
Cody,
Christmas.
then have that parlay into maybe a Rollins babyface turn.
I love Seth as a heel, but I think the fans would absolutely love him as a babyface.
I could see the handshake spot after the match. You beat me 3 times, I respect you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But who knows? We got to wait and see Sunday.
I just worry this will tank Rollins'
Rollins,
overall cachet.
Seth Rollins is bulletproof in WWE.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing that's going to get rid of Seth Rollins.
Plus, he's married to Becky Lynch.
Exactly.
All right. So,
All
Hell in a
right.
Cell. Is there anything else about Hell in a Cell that is so important we have to discuss about, or can we?
I think we can move on. I'm going to say this though. I think Theory and Ali will steal the show.
That's
for
going to be a
good time.
fantastic match.
There you go.
Oh,
That's the one to watch, people.
I hope.
Let's do
Theory's
some top
one of my
10.
favorite.
Does anybody know of any top 10 shit we could talk about?
Are you trying to segue there, Marco?
I am segueing the
trying.
fuck out of
We're
us.
trying to
'cause we have
segue
5
so we
minutes.
can go see our buddy Segway.
The Hammer.
All right, let me see if I can find my list here. All right.
Minderz has a list too.
Yeah,
Well,
Okay.
She's one.
well, here's the
she
thing.
wants
I
to tell me
took
I'm wrong.
notes. No, I don't want to tell you you're wrong. I have a top 3. And if
Oh,
you,
you don't have
agree,
a top 10.
So,
You do not have a top
I
10,
don't
just
even know
top
what
3.
the list is.
well,
Do you have a top 10?
Oh, I did. Right.
been
You have a
Include
10.
you-
Okay,
you've
good.
been
Narge.
counted in?
Narge. Whose top 10 would you like to hear first? Minderz or Redmond?
Are they the same topic?
yeah.
Yeah.
Of the same topic.
Well,
Tell them the
Redmond.
topic.
All right. So the
Let
topic.
go Redmond first.
So the topic is top 10 managers of all time.
Who you want to hear first? Minderz or Redmond? Or do you want to go 10
I
first?
don't hear
10
Mark
for
because
9
I think
for-
I could predict Mark's.
You know what?
Go.
Now I'm gonna pull rank here. I'm gonna say ladies
Uh-oh.
first. I'm gonna let Minderz
Yes.
go first.
You're
All right.
pulling rank. But I didn't have them down as top 10. I just had
10
peop-
names?
I had 10 managers. And
Well,
I
read
have
them
a
in.
top 3, but I
Well,
don't have
read
top
your
10.
10 in the order you believe they fit.
7 out of order. then do
Okay,
your top 3.
so
Yes.
these are the ones that I thought were my top 10.
Okay.
Ellering.
Okay. Precious Paul Ellering. Road
Yes,
Warriors.
Precious Paul Ellering.
Marco doesn't know any of these people, so you
I
Not a
know he
fucking
doesn't,
clue.
and I feel so bad.
Hey, there's a Paul I know.
Then I'm going to
Hangman,
go...
right?
He's probably on the list.
No, yeah, just wait.
Hammer says quit making fun of him.
No. Just make sure the shots are cold.
As long as he's not gonna
Exactly.
zoom bomb us again.
All
like
right,
that
come
one.
Zoom.
Where's the mute button?
Go ahead,
for this?
Minderz.
I got you.
Sensational Sherry is my number 9.
Very nice.
Then I have Captain Lou.
Okay.
Captain Lou.
Captain Lou
Albano.
Albano.
Yes.
Nice.
It's a model.
Girls just want to have
Mario.
fun.
Right. Freddie Blassie.
Nice. The Hollywood fashion plate.
Yep.
The dog is being a pestilence.
The dog. Yeah.
When he ran to that door, it hurt.
Then I have Paul Bearer.
Ooh, interesting. He's actually not on my list.
What?
He's probably number
How,
11.
how is he not on your list?
Well, you'll get to
Well,
my list.
okay. Okay.
Most people
I
don't put
didn't-
a Paul
I didn't
Bearer
go
on their
whole-
list.
I didn't. You're okay. I didn't go completely with ECW. Any other ones? Mine are mostly WWE.
Okay.
Then I've got classy Freddie Blassie.
No, you
You
said,
said
that.
him already.
Oh, I'm sorry.
How much of this have you
My
done?
list.
I thought you weren't drinking the tequila.
I wasn't.
You got a little
well,
captain
you
there.
made me.
She has a, what they call a
So-
contact drunk.
So who else is on your list? Classy Freddie Blassie?
Yeah,
Did you
about
say that
4
already?
times. About 4 times.
Classy, not crassy. Classy.
Well, he was big in Japan.
he was. He was big in Japan.
He
I had
brewed a nice
JJ
Japanese
Dillon.
one. Oh, JJ. Good call.
I had JJ Dillon.
Executive director.
Tell me
of
when
the
you
Four
get to
Horsemen.
number 3 so I can say something.
I'm not sure which
Go.
one I'm at.
Number not 3.
Number not 3. I had Mr. Fuji on my list.
Nice.
I remember that guy.
And I actually added Slick.
I like Slick. I do like Slick. He's not on my list, but I love Slick.
Doctor.
And Mr. Fuji, maybe the worst stereotype of a manager.
It was
in
the
wrestling.
worst stereotype.
Was
but
he the guy that was in James Bond?
No,
No,
he
it looked like him. Yeah.
He wore the tuxedo.
Looked
and
like
the derby.
Odd Job, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But he had the face paint through the salt.
Odd
in
Job
his
was
eyes.
actually a pro wrestler, though.
I,
Yeah.
I knew that.
Toru
That's what I was
Tanaka.
asking. I wasn't sure.
Toru Tanaka.
Yeah,
Fuji's,
Tanaka.
Fuji's tag team partner.
Yep, see?
There you
Jimmy
go.
Hart.
Look,
Okay.
Mark, you're right there.
Half of the
Now
side.
here's my top 3.
Hey,
Okay.
is that her name? Lady Elizabeth?
Miss
Miss Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Is she in there?
I did not put her on my list because I looked at her as more of a valet.
More of a
And that's because it was WWE and not WCW.
more of a destructive hussy.
Elizabeth was a liability.
Yeah.
Like I said, I put her as more as a valet because
Hey, even
it
she knew
was-
Hulk was better.
She washed the socks and took off the jacket. And...
So my top 3,
Okay,
Jim Cornette.
nice.
Number 2, Paulie Dangerously.
Mr. Cornette right there.
Gotta have exactly. Number 1.
I think we got the same number 1. I'm guessing.
I hope we have the same number 1 because if we don't, I'm gonna be disappointed.
Billy Joe Jim Bob.
Nope.
Damn it.
Don't say Harvey Whippleman.
I won't, but I had him
Downtown
on my
Bruno.
I had him on my list as like a number 11. Bobby Heenan.
Yeah.
No Paul.
The Brain?
You did say Paul
The Brain.
Heyman, right?
Yes,
The-
I did.
the
He was
Brain?
number 2.
The Visa.
Oh, okay.
She said Paulie
Heyman
Dangerously.
was number 2. I said Paulie Dangerously.
Oh, that's no, you did. Sorry. I was
Number
technically-
2. Number 2
technically-
is Paulie Dangerously.
Paulie
Bobby the
Dangerously
Brain,
was a
yep.
manager. Paul Heyman's an advocate.
That's true.
See,
All
I
right.
Paul Heyman's over. I
we
was
go.
kidding. I
Solid,
didn't
solid
know.
list. I say. Nicely done.
If you disagree with Minderz, fuck you.
They can disagree with me. I don't care.
They
AJ
can, but still fuck them.
AJ suggests top 10 tag team champions for a future list. That's not a bad idea. I'm gonna have to make it more of a subcategory when I do that, like particular
Men's or
companies.
women's?
Particular company.
Oh, come AEW, WWE, men's,
haven't been
women's,
10 AEW tag
ECW,
team
men's, women's,
champions
all
yet.
that. Yeah,
I thought we
okay.
did tag team champs.
I think we did WCW
Or maybe
maybe.
it was sent on there.
Dwayne, you're my encyclopedia. Have we done tag team champions yet?
We'll get
'Cause
back
he's
to
actually
you.
jumped in when I did the top 10. I asked if we'd done one, and he said yes, we had. So
Dwayne will get back to you. Go ahead, Mark. Your
All
top
right.
10 managers of all time, all promotions.
all right, yep. Top
Go.
10. Number 10.
Number 10.
Dewey Donovan.
Fonzie.
Oh, well.
Bill Alfonso, friend of the show,
He was on my list.
our first ever
Okay, time
calling
out.
guest. And this is not nepotism.
Fonzie, if you're listening tonight, I personally apologize to you because as a former member and a former guest, you should have been at the top of the list. You should have gotten points for being there and being on the top. Go ahead, Mark.
I'm with Minderz. Usually the top 3 is specific. The rest of
The
it's
top
pretty
3
subjective.
is yeah.
All right,
But,
Bill,
no,
you have
Fonzie-
now been elevated to
Fonzie had-
tied for 4th.
Fonzie had to be on the list because he's awesome.
He was great.
Put him with Sabu and Taz and Van Dam. He was on your
He
honorable
was
mentions.
he was on my
On
yeah,
her
he was on my
side
honorable
piece.
mentions.
He was her side piece.
Shut up,
All right.
Marco.
All right, number 9. I've got Mr. Fuji.
All right.
Thank you.
Dirtiest fucking heel
That's
manager I
great.
can remember. I wasn't a fan of the stereotype when he was with Yoko. It was kind of
We
weird. He had
did
the
top
kimono
10
and,
tag teams, Dwayne said.
You're talking demolition, correct?
I'm talking Demolition. I'm
Yes.
talking
Powers
Powers
of
of Pain.
There we
Uh,
go.
Yeah, just Magnificent Morocco.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just good stuff. Number eight, and like I said, it's also subjective. I got Heyman at number 8.
Heyman at 8?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't have a. I mean, I love Heyman. He's one of my favorites. I'm thinking his WCW run when he was
Paulie
with the Dangerous
Dangerous?
Alliance. That wasn't a long run though. He was mainly a
But
commentator.
the people that were in it.
It was. I could do top 10 factions, and Dangerous
I
Alliance
know.
is number 3.
You can't blame people for their managers.
But but no, that was.
We're
Can you?
not.
I put Dangerous Alliance in one of my top 3 factions of all time,
Okay.
which is no bullshit. I think we may have actually done that
I
on
like
this
them.
show. All right, number 7. This one you don't have on your list.
Are you
Minderz.
sure?
Got the Playboy Gary Hart.
Nope. No Gary Hart.
Nope. I had Ernie Roth.
Did he run
Ernie
for
Roth, Grand
president?
Wizard, good call.
No.
Wrong Gary Hart. This is a bald guy
Gary-
from Chicago that
Ran
managed,
wild in world class.
Yeah, managed Abdullah the Butcher, Terry
Muta.
Funk, Muda. So I know you love him for Muda.
Yeah. What the Hart Enterprises or what was
I
it
think it was
called?
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But married. He managed Al Perez and Ronnie Garvin, and when Garvin turned on Dusty and knocked out Wyndham.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
When turned on Dusty, knocked him out during the Wyndham match. So number 6, I've got the Hollywood fashion plate, classy Freddie Blassie.
Okay.
I think he had a more successful run as a wrestler than a manager.
That's why I remember this category because you said that last time. I think you left him off your list last time.
Did we do this list last time?
We've done managers because I remember you saying you liked him more as a wrestler than a manager.
Oh, well.
You may have to go back through your notes.
I may have to. I got to keep better track of this stuff. Dwayne, where are you at, man? You're dropping
That's
the ball.
okay. I was kind of excited because he messaged me and I was like, I can do some research.
Because I had other ideas for lists, but I didn't go with them. Okay, number 5, I got Sensational Sherry.
Shoot.
Best female manager of all time.
I love Sensational Sherry. I do. The only other woman manager I would put up there would be Luna.
Really? I would have put woman in there.
Was she really a manager, or was she
yeah.
a valet?
She was a manager. I'm talking with Sandman, then with Benoit, with Doom. She was running the show with Doom.
But I loved Luna though.
Luna's great.
She was great.
Rest her soul. Number 4, I got the good captain, Louis Albano.
Okay.
I have the T-shirt with the like caricature of Lou on there. Super Mario.
Right.
Yeah. Now we're getting to my top 3. Number 3, I got the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart.
Okay.
Just
He was. Okay. Did you prefer heel or face?
heel, definitely. When he was with the Honky Tonk Man and Hart Foundation, and with Hogan, it seemed like he was just riding Hogan's coattails.
I'm torn.
But then the stuff he did in Memphis with Lawler and Andy Kaufman.
That's true. That's true.
You know, it's just
I'll give you that.
also heck of a singer too. Wrote a lot of the music. But
Mhm.
That's another list. Number 2, the Louisville Lip, James E. Cornette. In any other perfect universe, he'd be number 1. But
That
Well,
guy?
Yeah, that
That
guy
guy.
right there.
Okay.
That one that I'm a card carrying
Yes.
member of his cult.
we all are now.
Yeah.
Thank
Y'all
you for
are.
that, by the way.
You're welcome.
And my number 1, it's no brainer, the Bobby Heenan.
There's nobody better. There
From-
really isn't.
You look at his AWA run with Bockwinkel and Stevens and Duncombe and all those guys. Then going to WWF with Studd and Bundy and Patera. And then moving on to Perfect and Flair. It's just,
The Heenan family.
he managed a who's who.
The Heenan family.
Yeah, it's a.
All right.
I mean, who
so,
didn't
Yeah,
he-
Bobby's number 1.
Yeah.
so we have 2 Bobby's number 1s.
Yeah.
Are you completely in agreement?
Love Bobby.
All right,
Number
folks. You
And,
call this the day that they all agreed.
And I'm gonna say this now, and because I know Dwayne's gonna remember this, so he'll remind me. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna announce the next top 10 list. for
Dwayne
next
asked,
week.
what about Baby Doll?
I like Baby Doll, but she wasn't a great manager.
She was in top 10.
You're wrong, Dwayne. All right, go ahead.
But our next top 10, I'm going to announce best foreign object in wrestling, and I'm talking about something that people carry to the ring, like as like a symbol.
All right.
I'm talking
So
about
not a chair that you
not
pull
just
out
like
from
a steel
underneath.
chair
yeah.
or a
a
kendo
ladder
stick
or
something.
you know,
Not a
yeah.
kendo.
Kendo stick might be on there.
Kendo
but
stick would
You
probably
meant
be on there for
Singapore
Sandman.
King.
Yeah, exactly.
Sandman.
And
Right.
hang a minute. If it's something that's
I know who my boys will
often
vote
used,
for.
if it's something that's often used and usually hidden next to the ring in every other show, I would say that doesn't qualify. We want unique. Best.
I'm going unique. I'm talking stuff that
The
like
Kendo
guys-
sticks have been like they're part of a martial
yeah,
art.
Kendo sticks are, but
Yeah.
not Singapore canes.
Right.
But no, it's going to be something that's specifically associated with the wrestler. Is what I'm going for.
My little boy pulled
Okay.
one of these out
All right.
yesterday and said it, and I was given an evil look. So.
One of them I have autographed in my my tote of collectibles. So
Narge had to punish his child.
the
All
one-
right. So at the end of the show, we usually ask our special guests, our interviewees, etc., to promote whatever the fuck they want to. So Minderz, promote. Tell
So-
us something about something coming up that matters to you that these people care about.
So June 25th is the 01 next show. I'm not sure if they have a title for it yet.
01 next show. That's the title
That's
until
it.
we hear
01
anything
next
else.
show.
upcoming event. You'll at 01.
June
Upcoming event.
25th. That is
June
At the
25th.
Burgess-
is that a Friday or Saturday?
It's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
Saturday. And where is it?
It's in Mattoon at the Burgess
Mattoon,
Center.
Illinois, at the Burgess Center.
Mhm.
Nice.
I think we need to get a caucus of Jumping the Rail fans to go there for this.
That'd be
one.
fun.
I really,
Is it,
I
do
really,
they start around 7 every time?
6 or 7, yeah. Doors
Well,
open at 6, 7 o'clock.
I would say doors usually open at 6.
About-
They have a pre-show that's usually around 6:45.
About $20 for tickets.
$20. Yep.
So
and that's
not unaffordable.
Minderz,
Mhm.
you know it's David, right? That runs
Dave.
the thing?
Yeah.
Dave, yeah. Why don't you talk to him in the next couple days, and you people are hearing me put this challenge on air, so you know what's happening. Talk to him and ask him if there was an ability for JTR to get a JTR listener discount, which doesn't mean free. It means like if they walk up and say, "I listen to JTR," get $1 off. It's not even something special. It's just like,
How about
You
you,
know.
get a free poster?
yeah, but only he likes pictures of half naked men around his house.
No, what?
Says a guy with
Rick
Rick fucking Springthorpe in a wife beater and oiled up on
Rick
a poster.
Springthorpe got him
with
and Jesse's
Bruce
girl all over the
Springsteen's
wall.
ex-wife climbing on him.
And there's
Oh, yeah,
another
that's-
show coming up.
Bruce Springsteen's wife.
Yeah.
There's another show coming up July 4th.
Uh-huh.
July 4th. Boy, they're moving quick, aren't they?
No, it's not 01.
Oh, okay.
It's actually Homer at UWC.
Oh, are they back finally?
They're back for an outside show
Okay.
They're not the opera
In
house?
Homer, Illinois?
in Homer,
That,
Illinois.
that opera house is falling apart over
It
there.
is.
I know they're trying to
if
rebuild.
you can, if anybody can,
Make a donation.
make a donation.
Why don't
Call
we
your
run a-
local
We
representatives.
should run a show in the Fisher Theater in Danville.
That's a great fucking place.
It was the Homer
It's a-
Opera Center, Opera House.
It's a
but
classy
okay.
place. They wouldn't have us. Still
Oh,
Fisher
No.
City Center. So,
But the
okay,
Fisher,
so,
the Fisher Theater is amazing.
so July 4th in Homer.
July 4th in Homer. It's going to be an outside show. They're having their 4th of July deal.
Nice.
So it's going to be an outside show, which I'm excited about.
Have they announced
Uh,
anything
Minderz
for
will
that
be
show yet?
handing out autographs at the 01 show, folks.
I won't be handing out autographs anymore.
Okay, she'll
I'll
be
give you a
charging for autographs.
I'll give you a pouch full of like our jumping the rail wristbands. You can
All
just hand
right,
them out
cool.
to
I'll
people.
pass them out.
They're wristbands?
Yeah, you got one. I don't have one now.
Apparently, I don't right now.
I do too.
Yeah, it was in
My
your
house,
swag
though.
bag.
Yeah, it was in my
Swag
swag bag.
We have swag bags.
We have swag.
I got one.
fucking.
I'm
Christ.
starting to run out of. I need to order more koozies. I'm starting to run
Stuff
out.
we all get.
All right. So yeah, there's a couple other shows, but I'm not 100% sure on the dates, so I don't want to
Okay.
push it too much.
It's all right. Our listeners can't think more than 4 weeks in advance,
That's true.
anyways.
Our
Okay,
host can't think
so-
more than 4 weeks in advance.
4 weeks? Are you 4 days, man? Corona, anyone?
Right.
But June 25th, I know for sure we're going to have a Anakin Murphy versus Davey Vega at
Mhm.
01.
You're saying 2 out of 3 falls. on
2
that
out
one.
of 3 falls.
About the guy that missed this last weekend.
Camaro.
Camaro.
They
You
haven't
You think
announced him
he'll
yet.
be back?
If
we
he's
will
healed up.
see. We will see if he's back or not.
No, we're not
Healed
sure.
up, meaning
He hurt his ankle.
fixed.
He hurt his
not
ankle. Yeah.
he's a heel now.
Right.
Right.
Fixed.
Yeah,
We don't
yeah.
know. We don't know the severity of the injury that he had on Saturday.
And the other match that I know of for sure is Marvin Moser.
Marvin, future guest, by the way, Marvin. I know you're probably. I hope you're listening. You just
Hopefully
liked
he's
us over
listening.
the weekend.
Say nice things. Say nice things.
I can't. It's Marvin.
You're
he'll-
just a guest host.
No, he'll-
Host, say nice things.
No, he'll laugh because he knows me.
You know what? I met him for the first time Saturday. Great guy.
He's
That's
a great
awesome.
guy. He is a great guy. But he is facing Tony G. Hey, Narge, do you remember Tony G by any chance?
No. Did he have
No.
a different name?
No.
Anthony
But he used to
G.
be with a guy named, I hate to say this because he doesn't go by it anymore, but
Uh-oh.
Periwinkle.
Periwinkle.
No. I
No,
did not
he was at
recognize those names.
UWC at Georgetown.
Bet he
Oh,
was
that's-
colorful.
that was, yeah, definitely after my time, probably.
Okay,
then.
okay.
Did I hear right? Tony used to be a baseball player,
He,
like minor league or something.
I guess.
Okay,
I don't
'cause
really
I
know.
wasn't
He
sure.
might
Put that
have.
away.
But he's a member of the Low Lifes.
You know who was a former baseball player is Randy Savage.
Yep. Oh, jeez. Here we go.
But
Nacho Man?
but no, I'm a fan of the
Couldn't
Lowlights.
hang there either.
Okay, I'm a fan of Low Lifes as a heel. As heels,
Okay.
not as
We
baby
love
Okay,
faces.
they
low
were kinda-
lives.
they
Look
were
at our
kinda-
group.
They were kind of tweeners on Saturday. So what are they
They're-
working
they're
babyface?
faces right
Okay.
now. I'm annoyed
Because
with it.
Jordan Perry was kind of tweenerish, working with
Jordan's
Marvin.
great though.
Tony was seeming almost like a heel.
Tony is a heel because he's going after Marvin. Because
Poor
he doesn't
Marvin.
want. I know.
He doesn't want to be a wrestler. He
But
doesn't
you
want,
know,
he
it's
doesn't want him to live
Marvin-
his dreams.
It's Marvin Mania.
Marvin, oh, wow, there's a shirt.
That's what they're doing.
Did they do it?
We have a Narge
We have
Mania.
a-
We can't have a Marvin Mania.
Can we call it Marvin Madness and give him a Macho Man?
I don't know. We'll have to talk to Marvin, find
Because
out.
I mean, we got Narjamania going right now, and that's running wild.
Which I understand, but it's Marvin Mania
That's
at 01 right now.
Do a Marvin Mania shirt, but with like the WrestleMania logo.
Okay.
There you go.
I think I can make that happen.
KO Mania.
I'm getting the go home sign from the producer there, Marco. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna start wrapping this up.
You're good?
2 weeks, June 14th, we are going to be joined by another star from 01 USA, Rain Victoria, probably one of their top female stars there.
Can
we
I
have
come
pictures?
join your guys again?
What?
Do we have pictures?
Somewhere.
All right.
Minderz has asked if she can join us for that episode
Can
in
I
2
join
weeks.
you guys on 2 weeks?
I'm actually,
You
I would
know-
encourage it because she knows way more about 01 than I do.
I have 1/3 of a
Uh,
bottle of Terramana remaining that
yeah,
agrees
you're-
with her coming back.
Your fee
So they
would
want
be,
me to come back so I can bring another bottle of Terramana.
It is
No,
it is the
just
Hey, this is
that was a
hot-
good bottle.
It's
That was great.
encouraged.
This
but-
is a hot seat here. We've had numerous folks asking to come back. We're
and
going to get a
very
lot of
few-
your favorites
and
on.
very few bring tequila.
That's true.
Well, Kyle Reed brought some.
Kyle did.
We like
brother
him.
did.
Minders did.
I bring gifts.
Right.
There you go.
So we got that. June 28th, Camaro Jackson has confirmed he will be on with us. Then we rescheduled with him. And
Awesome.
hopefully he will be 100%. And it'll be around the time of that June 25th show. So hopefully we'll have a lot to talk about there. And at some point, we're going to bring Kyle Reed back on,
Yep.
if I'm not mistaken. And then something we've been planning on doing was grading AEW on their first 3 years. And I think we're going to save that for Kyle.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good episode.
Kind of
Yeah,
a similar
good
idea
idea.
to our year in review. Just have categories. It won't be nearly
I'm
as
going to
long.
predict right now. Narge gives him an 8. Kyle Reed gives him a 5.
It's going to be way more
Mark
specific.
Redmond gives him a 1.
Now, see, you're spreading shit again. I don't hate
I'm
AEW.
predicting. I'm predicting.
I am an AEW fan. I'm not a Tony Khan fan. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but he
How
doesn't know what the
dare
hell
you?
he's.
He
he
leaves
doesn't know
from
what
here.
He put MJF in the opening match.
Hey, for this and more controversy, tune in next time.
And Tony, we'd love to have you on.
Redmond, give us a
With
wrap
that
up.
said-
All right. So until June 14th with Reign Victoria, I'm Redmond for Narge and Marco, and the returning next episode, Minderz.
Yep.
We will see you guys in 2 weeks. See you later.